up, everyone? How you doing? Doing good. Y'all doing good today. Welcome back to Mod Wars. Mod Warriors, Reunite. It's a nice little Saturday night. What y'all been up to? Y'all doing good? How are you guys? I got my second phone. Got my second phone. YouTube. Nope. What's up, Jari? How you been? How you doing, buddy? What's up, Fire Artwork? Drew, what's up? Welcome back. I'm here. Welcome back, Jari. Let me see. I'm posting the rules to the game. Now. Surprise live, man. It's a tornado watch out here. So, I wasn't able to do the big activities. I couldn't get to the shrimp and stuff. Sorry, y'all. Let me see. Posting rules to the game now. This is Mod Wars. Welcome back. Max time out is 10 seconds. Trolling is allowed. Locker room talk is allowed. Express yourself freely. There's no sexual solicitation, no spam posting, no racism. Other than that, you do not need a valid reason to time people out as part of the trolling. It's part of the trolling. Power trip. Post in the comments so I can mod you. We're gonna do a Russian roulette. We're gonna do a mod reset in the middle of the live, and then I'm gonna start picking people and time people out as fast as you can. Next time out is 10 seconds. Can you put the voice when the comments, please? It's so funny. Yeah, I got you. Hold on. Let me yeah, sorry. I got you. Hold on. It do be that should be helping me weak. Hold up. I got you. I do got my second phone now, so you know what I'm saying? We can make something pop, make something work. Let me see. Make something pop, make something work. Hold on, I just gotta, I'm waiting for it to load. Waiting for it to load. Waiting. Come on. Yo, Jay, read my comment real. Yeah, the voice thing is funny. Yeah. I got you, bro. Hold on. Let me see. Here we go.
At Alexandy makes bad music. Said.
What's up, Alex?
Hey,
Welcome
everybody.
back. Welcome back. Mod Wars, yes. Mod Wars.
At Fire Artwork, said. No, not that one. I was asking how you feelin', big gangsta.
Yeah, that voice thing is funny. Uh, can you put a voice when we comment on, please, or something. Yeah, that voice thing is funny.
At the
Yo, Jay, read
Harryway,
my comment real
said.
quick. Oh, no, the
Bro,
voice
this
one.
thing is lagging.
How you feeling, big gangster? Oh, pretty good. What up, bro? Pretty good, bro. You said it's lagging. Um, I can hop off of. We Alex, what up? Salute. Salute.
At Fire Artwork, said. At Alex, what up, fam? Salute, saluting face. At the Harryway, said. Scissor, 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 scissor.
Sister. It's crazy. That's not like a double muff diving situation. Why say scissor instead of peace sign?
At Alexandby makes bad music, said. At Fire 2 hearts, heart, hands, medium, dark skin tone.
Welcome back, y'all. How y'all day going? It's a good day. Scissors is
At
crazy, bro. That's what I was saying.
Scissors is crazy, bro.
That shit is crazy. Why the peace sign? No. The scissor. That's girl on exploitive deleted. That's crazy. What y'all up to? It's a good day, man. I can't complain. I was work. Tomorrow I got to test out for my other job so I can get in the field by myself. Got to test out. They're like, we got to make sure you can do the job. I'm like, nigga, I'm going to do the job. They're like, well, we got to make sure. I'm like, bro, I got experience in this.
At George 899,
like, well, we got to make sure. I'm like,
hi,
okay,
Jay.
whatever.
At George 899, said.
What's up, George?
Hi, chat.
Everybody double tap that screen, like, get us moving in the algorithm. The more likes we got, the further it pushes us up in the algorithm. The further we get up in the algorithm, the more people pile in. Double tap that screen. Like, and subscribe. Trying to make it to 1,470 subs. I know I've been neglecting my page. No, I've been neglecting my page, but so we lost a few subscribers.
At George 899,
unsubscribe
said,
people automatically.
Let's do it before February. Rolling on the floor, laughing.
Before February, bruh. If we can get everybody in here all at once, then
at Nickeloid 5788.
If we could get all of my subscribers in here all at once, we probably could do that shit in one day. With like a 5-hour live. We got 1,400 something people, bro. We could do that shit in one day with a 5-hour live. We get everybody to lock in.
At George 899 said, was that a gunshot?
I think so.
At the Harryway said, my phone tweaking right now.
He said my phone tweaking right now. Why you say that?
At Nickeloid 5788 said, easy peasy.
What's up, McLeod? Welcome back, bro. Oh, I didn't even see that. Good day, mate. Mickey Lloyd, Melbourne, Australia, in the building. Chilling. Facts. That's what I'm doing, man. We can run for about a good hour. I give it a good hour. Gotta get up for work in the morning.
At Nickeloid 5788 said, hello, brother.
What's up, bro? How you been? What's up? Florida is life.
At
Welcome
Florida
back.
is life. He said, Hello, waving hand, light skin tone.
Welcome back. Hello.
At Florida's Lifey said, "Thank you, fam."
No problem, man. Appreciate you for coming. We trying to lock in on these watch time hours before YouTube double them. They trying to double them from 4,000 to 8,000 for monetization, but we at 2,250. We need to go ahead and lock in. They trying to do that shit by February. So if you can come back, everyone come back. I'm gonna be going live 3 times a day. Even if you can only stop by for a minute, bro, come back. Hang out for 5 minutes. 5 minutes times 30 people is what? 5 times 30 is what? That's like 2.5 hours. Even if you can only hang out for 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So we trying to get everybody to come and pile in more. I'm going back live every day, 3 times a day, like how I've been doing,
At
like how I
Florida's
was
Lifey
originally.
said, "I'll lock
I
and
lock
work
in
night shift."
and work night shift. Look, I worked the night shift too, 3 to 11 in America though, 3 to 11 Eastern Standard
At
Time.
Florida's Lifey said, "But tonight I'm off in Flint and having a Budweiser beer." At George 899 said, "Jay, I'm going to ask you something in my language. Tell me if your auto translation works. Kumi Ramea Akalo."
No, I don't know what that. It don't. The auto translation does not work. I don't know what that said. George. Something amazing though. Did it say booty cheeks vampire pirate or something? And he was just trolling me. Trolling is loud, so you know what I'm saying. I gotta be a little suspect. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, suspect a little bit of something. Pause. I'm joking, of course. But tonight I'm on chilling and having a Budweiser. Facts. Look, ain't nothing wrong with that, bruh. I done had a long week. I done had a long 5 years, bro.
At George
Feel like it.
899 said, "Okay, I was asking how is the weather there?"
Oh, it was raining like crap earlier. Flooding and everything. I could barely even drive around. A couple streets I had to dodge just to get to where I was trying to get to. But yeah, we're trying to get everyone in here. We're trying to get everyone in here if we can. What's up, Jake? Welcome back. I talk to my mother at 33 every day. Is that lame? Nah.
At Jake-QN3TL
You love your family, bro.
said,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
"I talk to my
Bro,
mother at 33 every day. Is that lame?" At the Hariway
people have
said,
monitored.
"Bro,
I
the
can't
people that have
time them
monitored,
out.
I can't time them out for 10 seconds."
Yeah, we gonna do a mind reset.
At Florida's Lifey
Pretty
said,
soon.
"Like
We're
a
gonna do
good
another one.
agent, State Farm is there.
Up
Safe
to-
light repair, safe light replace. We are farmers, bomb, 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 bomb. Tears of joy." At George 899 said, "I was watching another US streamer and I was texting in my language and he could understand everything."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Damn, everybody blowing my phone up. Hold on.
At Florida's Lifey said, "Double tap the live clinking glasses collision." At the Hariway said, "Okay, what the now this is going to be trolling scissor 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 scissor."
Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Yeah. Jay, my brother. What's up, PB and J? Okay, what the now? This is going to be trolling.
At the Highway said, lagging.
That might just be me lagging in real life, brother. You shall not defeat me. I am some dumbass fool. See, I'm just lagging there in real life. You see me talking. That was worth it.
At the Highway said, ha ha ha, I told you I was going to troll an SRRY about that.
Good. You good. Man, it's been a day, bro. Got a lot of stuff done. I ain't gonna lie. Got a lot of shit done. Not everything I need to get done, but all of the important shit. At least what I consider to be important. Mostly.
At the Highway said, it's so funny when the thing says scissors when it's a peace sign.
It's a peace sign like a mug, right? There's a scissor, 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 scissor. It's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Absolutely diabolical. Man, I'm ready for this other job to get going, but it's gonna be a tough road going through that 3 weeks in a hole. I ain't gonna lie.
At
That's a
P-Bench
tough road.
420 said, rock. At
Paper.
George 899 said, we need an emoji with ass clapping rolling on the floor laughing rolling on the floor laughing rolling on the floor laughing.
Dude. You
At
probably
the
get that
Highway
in.
said,
You probably
scissor
get that in
face smile
Fortnite
with
first
horns
before
weary
you get
tears
that
of joy
on
face with rolling eyes grin unamused
YouTube.
loudly crying fire smiling face with hearts.
I think the closest you got to that is the eggplant splash. Peach. Let's see. Chrome. Speech chat. Unmute. There we go. What's up, Stephanie? Welcome back. Jari. I'm dead. The motion kick is funny as hell. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to start streaming on all platforms here pretty soon. I gotta pay for it, so give me a little bit of time. Woo, excuse me. Give me a little bit of time. Why is this thing not talking? Oh, actually, I don't know. I don't know. It's not reading my. Let me try again. Try this again. Speech chat.
At George
There we go.
899 said, YouTube and TikTok is good for your followers. When it comes to donations, Kick is the best platform to be on.
Yeah.
At the Hariway said, Peach loudly crying tears of joy, look of triumph, yawning face, smiling face, heartbreak, thinking.
That's too much, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm turning that down. Hello, feeling right now. I understand what you're trying, but it's annoying me more than it's annoying the chat. Yeah, remember I am ADHD. No offense. But what was I about to say? Oh yeah, just trying to get out into the field, bro. I had a customer I got to do. They want me to diagnose their car. Ooh. I had a few customers actually. They want me to diagnose their car. Uh, One of them I got to do a timing chain on. I told them 750, which is low as fuck. It's still $750. It take me like 4 hours. Shit, it's still over $100 an hour. But I don't want to do that shit. Somebody else, I gotta do her head gasket for $850. And then her brakes for $280. Brakes and rotors for $280. Snapchat. Uh, Dang, y'all. Work got me tired, man.
Said, Yo, I am Bered DDDDDD.
I was just about to say the same thing. Work got me tired as shit. Tired. I mean, dirt tired, bro. Super dirt tired. Dang. Yeah, I'm sleeping.
At the Hariway said, I am so sleepy.
Facts. Me too. Me too. I wasn't even supposed to be going live right now. Just I did say I was gonna go live earlier, but I forgot this was the fourth time I'm going live today. You know what I'm saying? We're the fourth time I'm going live today. What's up? History in Motion. Welcome back.
At History in Motion 717
Yeah.
said,
What's up, bro?
At George 899 said, auto mechanics work is risky. You make a price, but if something doesn't work, you are on that job. No matter the hours you spend until you find the problem.
Yeah.
At the Hariway said, you have the same feeling as me. I might fall asleep while watching this.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I'm tired, bro. I'm dirt tired. Working 2 jobs, bro. It's taking it out of me. I ain't gonna lie. I can keep up, but I keep neglecting my sleep, which is making me not keep up. Declining. I'm being late in some more shit.
At the Harryway
Prefer
said,
for you.
FRFR I feel you.
Highlight.
At George899 said,
What you mean,
Highlight.
George?
At
What
the
you mean,
Harryway
George?
said, my mom feel you too.
My mom feel you too. He said my mom feel you too. Yeah, it's a double jobs, man. But I'm doing other extracurricular activities when I should be getting sleep. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm kind of neglecting my sleep. And it's making me perform less as well at work, which right now doesn't really matter because right now I'm working an hourly job. But when I fully switch over to my fiber job, that shit gonna matter because it's not
she will
hourly.
be knocked out at 7 o'clock.
7? What time is it there now, bro? Here it's like
At
10.
George899
10:02 p.m.
What's the time? Here is 4 a.m.
It's 4 a.m. What countries are y'all in? Shit. Excuse my time. I'm on the East Coast in America, bro. It's 10:02 p.m. Europe
At
in the
George
building.
899 said,
10:02 for me.
At the Harryway
Oh yeah.
said, it's 10:02 for me.
Heck yeah, that's what's up. What's up, Samantha Coronado? Welcome back. I ain't seen you in a minute. Where you been?
Said, hi, Jay, hand waving.
Congratulations. You was like the perfect moderator. You have been promoted. Welcome to Mod Wars. Welcome back. How you been? It's been a minute. We gotta get everybody in here, bro, at the same time. All we gotta do is get everybody. If we get everybody,
said, hello. At Samantha
I'm gonna post a bunch of
Coronado
shorts. Okay,
said,
it's gonna be
why
annoying.
you take my mod lol open mouth smile tears of joy?
Nah, we do because we do mod reset. We do mod resets, and when you come back, you get your powers back. So don't take no hard feelings to it. But we do mod resets. Like we had 650 mods. I wipe the board of all of the big mods and the little mods. Or you take my mod, LOL, delete it by some moderator. I'm dead. But nah, yeah, I do a mod reset every once in a while. Keep the game going. So if you come back in and you ain't got your mod, it's no hard feelings. Okay. I wiped the whole entire board, so we keep it going. And I was actually gonna wipe the board during this live again. We play a little bit. I've been bending the rules of the game because I ain't really been kind of feeling bad because I ain't really been holding up to the time frames I've been telling y'all I will be getting on. So kind of been bending the rules of the game. But
at coolboybrian1012.0 said, mod rest tomorrow.
Yeah, mod reset tomorrow. But if we get everybody in here, man.
At George899
everyone
said, I'm moderator number 1.
Moderator number 1. We getting everybody in here at one time. Alright. We got like 300 female subscribers. And the rest is dudes. We got like
Yo, I will be on your live
1,460.
I am about to be knocked out in 1 minute rolling on the floor laughing.
But 300 of them, and the girls' subscriber count is going up. The girls haven't met the girls, all the girls. The guys haven't met all the guys. The guys haven't met all the guys, and both of each other haven't met each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get everybody, but we trying to get to monetization. So we need to lock in. We need to figure out how to get 30 of us in here together, and we run 30 times 3. We do 3 hours. That's like 90 watch time hours. And we just walk through the last 1,750, bro. Like that's like 17 days of dedication. You know what I'm saying? It's like 17 days. If we do it like that, it's like, well, it's probably like 25. It's like a month, but they're gonna double the monetization limit in 6 months. We need to get there as fast as possible. He said, bro, stop the AI voice. It's annoying. George. You'll be on your line around. I'm about to be knocked out in 1 minute. It's just stuff, but it's annoying. We gotta lock in. Got to lock in. Lock in. Bring everybody together, man. We got to do this content creator Comic Con. It is going to be completely our own Comic Con. Okay.
Unless you want free regrets for missing out.
What's up?
Josue Sanchez's-U5C said.
Josue's?
Rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the
Welcome to My War.
rolling on the floor, laughing, 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 rolling on the floor, laughing.
It'll be more, I know, I understand if I was more dedicated like how I was, it would be more y'all here consistently. But I skipped like 3 or 4 months altogether with, if I count all of the individual days. Yeah, I know that kind of made a lot of people lose interest. It's, you know what I'm saying? I had life going on, but we getting back to it. So now we on the money now. I got the time and the freedom to do so. So we lock in. Go ahead, finish this. Because if I would have stayed doing what I was doing, we probably would have already been monetized. If I would have stayed doing what I was doing, we probably would have already been monetized. By now. And we would have had way more subscribers. Come on, people. Subscribe, man. Won't bite unless you want free regrets for missing out. Thank you, cool boy Brian. Welcome back. Cool boy Brian. Mind reset tomorrow. I didn't even realize that was you that said that. I've subscribed a long time ago. I like every time.
At George899.
Don't know what I can do more for the algorithm. No, you fine. You fine, George. We just got so basically. So right now, the liking is perfect. But what we trying to do is we trying to get the monetization, which takes dedication of all of my subscribers watching my videos. Not from the shorts feed. You got to go into my channel to watch my shorts feeds.
You're basically inventing new levels of regret. At
Cool boy.
said, face orange raised eyebrow.
Face orange raised eyebrow. That's crazy. So what we trying to get to now is monetization, right? Which is the likes. That's perfect. Like what you're doing, like what you said, George. But monetization takes all of our dedication in like the lives and to my content, right? So watch time hours is what it takes. So the time people spend watching my videos is what runs my watch time hours up. But you got to, if you can watch my shorts feeds. Yeah. My shorts feeds, you got to, you can't watch them from when it pops up, when it shows you that I dropped a short. You got to go into my channel, find that short, watch it, and then I'll get watch time hours. Or if you like watch my long form videos, or like if basically you hop in the live with me and we just ride the time out pretty much. So with the live, they count. I'm dead. What's up, Drew? Welcome back. So like they count us as they count y'all as individuals. So right now we got 4 people in here, right? So if these 4 people stayed for an hour, they count you as individual views. So for lives are really the best way to get your watch time hours up.
At George899 said, "Hear me out. Live your stream on no matter what. Even if you go to sleep, then you get your watch hours."
Well, you can only do so many. You can only do so many hours. I think it's the cutoff is like 10 hours.
Missing out is priceless. Apparently, you like it that way.
But thank you, but so pretty much, if we have 4 people in here for an hour, that would be 4 watch time hours instead of 1. Even though I only went live for 1 hour, so we had 20. That'll be 20 watch time hours for a single hour, right? Instead of one single live is like 7.9. right? Almost 40 watch time, which is back when I was going live every day and I was doing it 3 times a day, which is what I'm getting back to now. So if y'all could come on, pile back in, I would appreciate it. I'm about to I gotta get my rig going. Yeah, I'm gonna make some extra cash and pay for some extra stuff. I'm gonna get my rig going again and start gaming up here again. We do game requests and then I'll review y'all content. I'll show y'all off in the feed, show y'all off in the live, in my lives. Review your content and we game together. Non-subscribers, please form a line. The FOMO Express is departing soon. But yeah, everybody double tap that screen, like, share, and subscribe. Trying to make the 1,470 subs.
At Coolboy 012.0 said, some people just like living life in the buffering lane. Huh.
Trying to make the 1,470 subscribers. We almost there, y'all. Come on. Let's keep going. Double tap that screen, like, and subscribe. Let me see. Why is this doing this? What the heck? I don't know. My phone's acting weird. If I go on your stream and mind my business, it still counts. I scroll sometimes and see people watching other people sleeping, so YouTube doesn't see what I see. So if I go on your stream and mind my business, it still counts. Yeah. Like if you was just chilling in here, bro, you put your phone down, bro, and you just listening to something, that counts. You don't got to be actively with your eyeballs on my stream in order for, you know what I'm saying? They just want gauged viewers. People they're here because they want to be here. Type. You know what I'm saying? But I know I've been scattered my thing. It would be funner if I had stayed consistent. I admit necessarily lose interest. They lost as frequent interest because I wasn't being as frequent as I was. So, but we'll get back. We got like 10 more subscribers. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get back there, and then a lot of the older people are coming back in. Okay, not everyone's for goodness or no business. But yeah, I noticed as I've started to be more consistent, more of y'all that are like my older subscribers, they have started coming back. You see what I'm saying? I've noticed that. That is what I promised y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? I stopped delivering it, so I can't blame you for shying away because I stopped delivering what I promised. But we will be going back to that. Right, like today I went live 4 times. I think yesterday I went live like 3 times, and the day before that I've been consistent. My exact time hasn't been consistent, but I'm trying to transition from this job that I'm at that's consuming most of my time that I would be live to another job. And once that job I fully start in the field for that, then I'll be able to give you like a consistent time. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm just trying to. In the morning time is probably the best time I'm gonna get the most hours, like 6 to 9. Yeah, I reached it, but you gotta get 1,000 plus 4,000. You gotta get 1,000 subscribers plus 4,000 watch time hours. 3,000 for super chats. That's crowdfunding. For full monetization with YouTube, you gotta get all the way to 4,000. So we got like 750 to get to 3,000, and then we got like 1,750 to get to 4,000, which sounds like a long time. But if we could get, it's not really long. If we could get the more of y'all that we can get in here to be in here at the same time, we do like an hour.
At
We blow by that shit in
1012.0
like a month.
said, life's short, so are your chances of knowing what's good if you don't subscribe.
We blow by it in like a month. I promise you. If we get everybody in here, trying to change people's lives. We going through all of the countries. We gonna do this community wide generational wealth. We gonna go through all of the countries. Teach everybody, teach, train some of everybody, trades, taxes, all that stuff. How to open business, all of it. But I don't. I make enough money, but I don't make enough money to change the world. That's why I'm trying to go through YouTube. You know what I'm saying? YouTube does pay high. Social media. Pretty soon I'll start streaming on all platforms again.
You just need to watch hours, right?
Yeah, I'm
Try
just.
what I said before. Leave your stream on.
Yeah, I just need to watch some hours.
1012.0 said, got to go and haters fuck you.
Gotta go in here. I'm dead. Come back anytime, Cool Boy Brian. We are reaching our limit. No, we're not. We got 17 minutes to go. What time is it? It's 10:18. What? It's already been 40 minutes? 43 minutes? 43 minutes. That do make sense though for our time zones. What I was doing, I didn't even think about that. I was doing 7 stream, 4 to 5, 4 to what, 5 I think. I forgot what my stream hours were. I was doing the morning. I know the last one was like 7 to 10.
Said, I am going to
And then my second one, I came with my second one. My first one was like 8 to 12, and then an hour or 2 hour break, and then I was doing 2 to 4. I gotta get those hours back. I gotta start doing those hours again. So I'm going to do one more roast before I go. Yeah. We still got 17 minutes to go. The live will be over in 17 minutes.
Said, you must really love my content if you're watching without subscribing.
Yeah. I'm dead. We got 17 more minutes. Ooh, I need to lay down. Tired as all get up. It's 10:20. What's up, Dito? Why does my belly button smell like Doritos when I scratch? It's crazy work.
At YouTube-23 said, why does my belly button smells like Doritos when I scratch weary?
I'm not sure, brother.
Said, you must really love J audio content if you're watching without subscribing. At George899 said, leave your stream on and I'll leave my tablet on your stream. Just let me know. I have 3 tablets to do other stuff.
Yeah, but I can't. I need my phone, so I can't leave my phone on stream. I can't leave my phone on stream. I need my phone. This is what I communicate through with all my customers and work and stuff. You hit me up through here. My phone be blowing up. You be hearing all the notifications I be getting when I be on live. It be like blink, 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 blink.
Text screen game over.
Blink,
Text
blink,
screen
blink.
game over. Text screen game over.
Blink, 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 blink. So. Yeah, we blowing up.
Game over. Text screen game over. Text screen game over. Text screen game over. At coolboybrian1012.0 said, "Oops, sorry."
Come on, bro. Oh, don't you
At
have another device to do your
899
streaming?
said, "Come on, bro. No, you have another device to do your streaming." At
Nah, not that I could dedicate to it.
coolboybrian1012.0 said, "No spam posting, sorry."
You good? Yeah, no spam posting. Oh, did I? I never even pinned the rules. That's crazy. I posted them and didn't pin them. But yeah, we got 17 minutes to go. Well, not even that now. 13 minutes, which is like for three people. Like what we got in here now, it's like 30 minutes. It's like 29 minutes. No, it's 39 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's dope that YouTube doubles it up. They ain't just like, oh, you really got to do 4,000 hours
At
of streaming. They're like the individual
coolboybrian1012.0
people that hop in your
said,
live.
"Your
We would count
opinions
them
are
as
loud,
individual
but your
hours.
subscription isn't."
We would count them as individual hours. But yeah, double tap that screen, like, get us moving in the algorithm, and subscribe and share also. You know what I'm saying? Get my content out there. Share on your social media platforms. Come here, bring your content. I will start review. I am going to start playing it tonight. I want to have a level head, and I ain't necessarily sober. I ain't necessarily sober right
At
now. But I will review your content. You
102.0
said I have content.
said,
Oh yeah, I
"I
forgot I
have
gotta follow you
content."
back. I forgot Cool Boy Burn. I gotta follow you back. Subscribe. Oh shit, you got 909 subscribers, bro. What was that?
Hey guys, if I ever defended you to
That's you?
subscribe to me, I'm very sorry for what I said and done, or if I copy your videos. That's me, my fault. I'll fix. I'll be better this time. So
sometimes I look at my videos and think people don't know what's behind the screen. I'm just a small creator recording everything on a cracked phone with shaky audio and low brightness. But a big dream. I don't have fancy equipment. I don't have a PC. I don't have a studio. I just have a passion. And you guys, you know what hurts? Sometimes my videos get no views, but I still keep posting because maybe, just maybe, another small creator hears my sound and feels a little less alone. So if you're watching this, use my sound, grow with me, and let's show the world that even
I don't know how to
phones
use
can
the
create real
sound.
stories. Support small creators like me.
I don't know how to do the editing stuff yet. I ain't diving. I need to go ahead and dive into it. I'm being lazy.
Recording everything on a cracked phone with shaky audio and low brightness.
But I had a bunch of stuff going on, so I ain't really pick up like I wanted to on this stuff. You remind me of my nephew. I got a nephew that look just like you, bro. I'm dead. I don't know why I posted those videos. Have you thought about what your content is going to be about once you've reached the monetization level? From my point of view, people are not going to spend money on everything. My content, once I reach monetization level, bro, we gonna go I hate comparing myself to other people, but I want to do like what Drake does or like Mr. Beast does, right? Like I'm gonna go around and I might even I was thinking about because I got an alter ego, right? So like with this this content, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be going around, be changing people's lives. You know what I'm saying? I'm it ain't really gonna be Mr. Beast. It's gonna be more on. Not saying his stuff isn't on a genuine level, but mine is going to be more so on a because I genuinely want to do it at the kindness of my heart. It's not just you. I'll do like you know what I'm saying, win money prizes and stuff, but I want to do like we really go and change people's lives that didn't expect it. So like I buy people cars and pull up. I was thinking about doing the thing like catching people at bus stops. I don't know if somebody's already doing that, but I was thinking about catching people at bus stops, signing vehicles over to them, and they were like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this is your car, bro. Like, what you mean?" It's like, "Yeah, this is your car." Or I could do like, um, I was thinking about like doing before and afters of us grabbing homeless people off the street, changing their entire lives, get them a job, give them money, get them a house, car, clean them up, give them a nice shape up, put them in some clean clothes. You know what I'm saying? And then we do like a take of like how they feel over this transformation. We do like takes over how they do over this transformation of their life, like as they're going through the steps into the point of where they are successful and independent by themselves. And then so I have 522 videos. Heck yeah, that's what's up. I'm a fan of King Von. That's what's up. Um, what's up, therapist? I need to vent. I need to ban someone. Yeah. But I mean, this is my wars. You know what I'm saying? Um, last time I was 10 seconds. Remember, but what I say? What was I saying? Oh yeah. I'm gonna do like Comic Con, but it's not gonna be Comic Con. It's gonna be our own thing with our own characters and our own storyline, like our own shindig. We bring all the creators together, and then we're gonna do. I want to do. I really want to do stuff that change people's lives. You know what I'm saying? And um, I want to be the person be like, yo, I be in the middle of the live and somebody start talking. And I was like, "What's your cash app, brother?" Like, what? And just send somebody $1,000. What? Post your cash app, man. This is fake. And then send somebody $1,000 randomly. You just got a warning. Uh, huh? Oh, they gonna fucking get it. Just wait. Yeah. But Mr. Beast didn't start it with giving people a car or money. He was unique at his start point. Yeah, of course. That's what I got my Wars and I got Trolley Well, which I haven't rolled out yet. Um, you said you just got a warning? What you talking about, Cool Brian? You just got a warning, I fix it. He was just started with no money. He was grinding for years before he got into the new money. Yeah, I'll be posting my content, bro. I do some of everything, bro. I've been posting cable, comedy skits. I post music. You know what I'm saying? My content is really going right now. Right now, I'm like taking care of and like helping people in real life. So I can't really dedicate my money to content creation right now. But if the content creation starts making its own money, then I can fully dedicate it. And then if start to take over my bills, then I can dedicate the money that I am making. I'm not gonna stop working, unless it gets too big to where I can't, because people crazy. I can't just walk into a job like, hey, I'm gonna work today. They be like, hey, you're famous. Ransom. right? I've been at it for about a year now myself. Also, welcome to live chat. Remember, what's up, bot YouTube? To guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Guidelines. I'm dead by YouTube. But I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little chocolate wasted. Um, no, but yeah, that's what I plan on doing. We gonna do. You got a warning, copyright strike. I'm dead. But what was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say. What's what I was about to say? Um, yeah, I'm. What I gathered from the 100K plus YouTubers, they all say don't leave your job until you get the real YouTube money. Yeah, of course. Wait, that a YouTube admin that's a bot. Wait, that a YouTube admin that's a bot. Just not a YouTube admin. AJ Audio, you got a warning copyright strike. Welcome back, bot YouTube. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. But it's something I was gonna say. Uh, I forgot. Dang, I forgot. Um, dang, we consistent though. We consistent. All right, I'm gonna get on live again tomorrow. I'm gonna post a short to let you know when I can get on because I gotta go do my test out tomorrow so I can get into the field with this other job. So I gotta do that in the morning. However long that take, I'll be back on. I gotta go there at 8. So however long that takes, I'll be on after 8. It's probably gonna take me minimum of an hour and 30 minutes. No spam posting about YouTube. About your future plans. What kind of YouTube admin? Wait, that's YouTube admin. That's a part. What was I about to say? I forgot. No spam posting about YouTube. Time for bed. Yeah. Everybody double tap that screen, like, get us moving in the algorithm, and subscribe. You fuck chocolate. What's up, behind rich guy? Oh, dude.
At therapist with Aspace said, I need to vent, I need to ban S1. At therapist with Aspace
Dang, it's way
said,
back there.
oh, they gonna FKN get it. Just wait. At George89 said, yeah, but Mr. Beast didn't started with giving people a car or money. He was unique at his start point. At coolboybrian1012.0 said, "You just got a warning." At
Time out
coolboybrian1012.0
YouTube.
said,
J
"I
Audio.
fix it."
Time
At
out YouTube.
GeorgeGeorge899
Cool boy
said,
Brian, is that you,
"Mr.
brother?
Beast stated with no money. He
It's
was
bot
grinding for
YouTube, you,
years
bro.
before he got into the new money." At
Time out
BotYouTube_1
man.
said, "Welcome to Live Chat.
Trust me,
Remember to
they're not a
guard your
YouTube
privacy and
admin, bro.
abide by our community guidelines." At BotYouTube_1 said, "At Jaiaudio you got a warning copyright strike." At GeorgeGeorge899 said, "What I gathered from the 100k plus YouTubers, they all say, don't leave your job until you get the real YouTube money."
Yeah, nah,
At
yeah.
coolboybrian1012.0 said, "Wait that a YouTube admin that's a bot." At BotYouTube_1 said, "Welcome to Live Chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines." At BotYouTube_1 said, "Welcome to Live Chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines." At BotYouTube_1 said, "Welcome to Live Chat. Guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines." At BotYouTube_1 said, "Welcome to Live Chat.
Okay,
Remember to
that's
guard
enough.
your
Can I
privacy
kick
and
Cool
abide by
Boy
our
Brian?
community
Bro, you can kick whoever
guidelines."
you want
At
to, but only for 10
GeorgeGeorge899
seconds.
said,
It's
"About
Mod
your
Wars.
future plans." At
Welcome back. Let's see. What's up, Bobby? Hey, it's no personal. It's not personal. Cool boy. It's just uh the game. Trolling this loud and you don't need a valid reason to kick somebody. You just power trip, pretty much. Speech that. Power trip a little bit till you lose your powers. It's that time. Till you lose your mind powers. Rich guy, you only got one more time. Till you lose your mind. You'll get it back though, I promise you. You will. We gotta start playing the game by the rules, because I've been being lax. It keep everybody on their toes when we play it by the. I'm being lax because I ain't been dedicated. Like I said, I would dedicate, but we getting back to dedicate. I'm getting back to dedication. So. Okay. I'm getting back to the dedication, so we got to work. We got to work.
A therapist with Aspace
Alright.
said, "I need to vent, I need to ban S1." A therapist with Aspace
James
said,
way back there.
"Oh, they gonna FKN get it."
There,
Just
last
wait.
one.
At GeorgeGeorge899
I
said,
gotta remove your
"Yeah,
mind. I am
but
rich
Mr.
guy.
Beast didn't start it
You
from
have
the
been
beginning
demoted,
for
unfortunately, but you will get it back. I promise you. And cool boy Brian, you got timed out by a big mod, so I got to remove your mod too, unfortunately. Sorry, bot YouTube, I got to remove your mod also. And George, I gotta take your mod. Sorry. Shit. That's the sickle about the big mods, bro. They risky. We do Russian roulette on big mods too, but we do Russian roulette on regular. We do Russian roulette on regulars, people who frequent here, and subscribers. You'll get big mod more. Even with subscribers, I still give them little mod sometimes. But if you're more consistent, you'll get big mod way more. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm rich guy. He's consistent, so he gets big mod more. If that makes sense. What, George, you started being consistent, but bot YouTube, no spam posting, brother. No, you didn't do anything, George. You got timed out by. Okay, so I'm gonna reiterate the rules. Okay, so this is Mod Wars. This is a game I invented myself. All right, there are big mods and there are little mods. Okay, everyone can power trip. Everyone has a right to power trip. You don't have trolling is allowed. You do not have to have a valid reason to time people out. It's a what it's, I was saying nothing. No, you good, but you got time. You got timed out by you got timed out by Big Mod, which is what I'm explaining. So, just give me a second. Stay here. Look, give me a second. Let me explain it to you. Okay. So, the thing about big mods, all right, you are a regular also, George. But when you came back in, I gave you little mod. So, big mods, you can't tell if you're dealing with a big mod or not. YouTube does not differentiate the symbol. So it just looked like everybody either got shields or they all got wrenches, right? Uh, you don't need a valid reason to time people out. You could just time people out randomly for no reason. Okay, you just power trip for no reason. um, Little mods get the timeout 2 people for 10 seconds. Big mods get the timeout 3 people for 10 seconds. All right. The thing about big mods is I like being blue. The thing about big mods is that big mods, they have the power to time out little mods. But there's a few sticklers about them. You can't tell if you're dealing with a big mod or not. So you can troll me or you can troll the people in the chat because our chat does communicate with each other. That's why we don't allow spam posting. Because everybody speaks to each other. Yes, I'm a good boy. We need to be able to see what everybody's saying. Big mods, if you get timed out by a big mod, the mod that gets timed out by a big mod, they lose mod. So big mods get to time 3 people out. So if the 3 people they time out are mods, then all 3 of those mods lose mod, which is what you just saw, what you just witnessed here. But you will get it back. It's not like it's gonna be gone forever. Okay, it won't be gone forever. It won't be gone forever. I promise you. We do Russian roulette on mods, so you pick. I usually pick 2 or 3 people at random. Sometimes I announce it. Sometimes I do not. I put mod on it. What's up, Mojo? Max timeout is 10 seconds. Welcome to Mod Wars. This is a police state. No swearing. I'll be good, daddy. It's crazy. I like being blue. But that's the game. It's Russian roulette. We do Russian roulette. You randomly get it, you randomly lose it. I'm actually about to start doing mod resets in the middle of. I'm about to start doing random mod resets in the middle of the lives, and then I'll be tacking mod back onto people. It's a Mocho. What's up, Mocho? Welcome to Mod Wars, bro. But yeah, you get the power trip. This is a place where you get to express yourself freely. All of the world filtered. This is not filtered. Okay. There are certain things that I still don't allow. Of course, like no sexual solicitation. Do not drop your personal information, like your phone number, or email, or anything. Do not tell us directly where you live. You can give us a general census, like the state you live in or the country you live in. Don't give us your exact address, right? What's up, D-Walk? D-Walk, the Walk. Welcome back to Mod Wars. Anyone play MK Deception? Shang Tsung is fucking wild in Conquest. Yeah. So I love you, daddy. My phone number is not 11. I'm dead. But trolling is allowed. Locker room talk is allowed. Okay. If you don't know what locker room talk is I got friends. We shoot back and forth little racist jokes, right? But it's all fun. It's for the love of the game. It's not like we really racist towards each other or each other's race. You know, you say outlandish. What me and my friends like to call. We play a game called No Chill, where it's dark comedy. You know, you take something serious. A game that we call No Chill. If you take something serious, like the way we play it is like we read a newsletter, right? And they'd be like, homeless boy. Oh, what's up, She Creates? Welcome back.
Big King David at CoolBoyBrian1012.0 said, I am trolling at ShaCreates303.
It's crazy. Locker room
At
talk.
ShaCreates303 said, thank you.
Um, no, yeah. He said I'm trolling. Yeah, I know. Oh, don't test me. I'm gangster on King David. Like it'd be like homeless boy breaks both legs. Right. We read this
At
to like
Coolboy
we all be sitting around and we read like
1012.0
the newsletter
said, I am call
and make a
911.
you got to make a joke out of you got to make a joke out of the you got to make a you got to make a funny joke out of the the newsletter that we get. And if nobody laughs, then you got to drink. So
At
you got to take a
Shakri
shot.
303
And
said, I see rolling on the floor laughing.
is
At Coolboy Brian 1012.0
I see.
said, I call
But
911.
yeah,
At I dash
little
M
racist
underscore
jokes,
A
as long
dash
as
rich
it's,
underscore
you know,
guy
we can all kiki
said,
and cackle back
no.
and
At I
forth. You
dash
know what
M
I'm saying?
underscore A
They're
dash
allowed.
rich underscore
It's
guy
just
said, call
not
988.
extremism. We know we all here for funny games, and you throw a little bit of racist
At
joke, I
George
throw a
George
little bit of racist
899
one back.
said, you
We in here
forgot the
laughing.
prefix
It's not
on
like I'm seriously like
911.
hating your
At
race or
Coolboy
nothing. That's
Brian
locker room talk.
1012.0
Right. We
said, I'm
these
reading a
dirty
book about
jokes.
anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down.
Sometimes they
At
dark
George George
comedy.
899
Sometimes they might
said,
bleed in
which
a
country?
little bit, sounding a little bit racist. You know what I'm saying? That's
At
allowed.
I-M
You know what I'm
underscore A
saying?
dash
Just
rich
no sexual
underscore guy
solicitation, no
said,
spam
I
posting,
fucking love
no
chocolate.
racism. Racism as in
At
racism
Coolboy Brian
extremism.
1012.0
I'm
said, I'm
grown
reading a
enough and
book
mature
about
enough to
anti-gravity.
understand the racist
It's
joke.
impossible
If
to
we
put down.
doing this
At
based
Coolboy
off
Brian
of we both mutually
1012.0
agreed to this. You know
said,
what I'm saying?
I have a joke.
Shoot the shot. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. Call 988. You forgot the prefix on 911.
At I-M underscore A dash
But
rich
yeah,
underscore
trolling is
guy
allowed, so you
said,
can
you
express
have a
yourself
joke.
freely here. This is a place where you can express yourself freely. Also, if your anxiety setting in, your depression setting in, your anger setting in, you about to do something that is going to permanently
At Coolboy
destroy your life,
1012.0
permanently
said,
alter your life.
ask
Before you
the
make the
librarian
decision,
if the
come here
library
first. It's
had
all
books
love,
on
okay?
paranoia.
A
She
lot of us
whispered,
doing this
they're
stuff
right
because we
behind
don't
you.
have anywhere to
At
express ourselves.
I-M
This is a place
underscore
for
A
you to
dash rich
express yourself,
underscore guy said,
okay?
I have a joke. At I-M underscore A dash rich underscore guy said, you're light. At George George 899 said, so I'm white and European.
I have a,
What's
you
the
have a
limit
joke.
on the trolling?
I have a
At
joke.
Coolboy Brian
Your life is crazy
1012.0
word.
said, I called 911 not lying. At
I'm
I-M
dead.
underscore A dash rich underscore guy said, okay now call 988.
I'm dead. I have a joke. I fucking love chocolate. You a chocolate, I'm a rich guy.
At Shakreates
I read in the
303
book about anti-gravity. It's impossible
are
to put
real.
down. Heck yeah. That's what's up. As a librarian, the library had books on paranoia. She whispered,
At
they're
Coolboy
right
Brian
behind you.
1012.0
I'm dead.
said, okay I will. At Shakreates
Wars
303
are real. It's
said,
crazy.
rolling on the floor laughing tears of joy rolling on the floor laughing. At I-M underscore A dash rich underscore guy said, she creates your living proof. At Coolboy Brian 1012.0 said, why don't scientists trust
But yeah,
atoms?
trolling is allowed.
Because they make
You
up
control me, you
everything.
control the chat. Alright. So
At
I'm
Shakreates
so
303
That's great.
said, I am so is her mama. At
Oh,
I-M underscore A dash rich underscore guy said, rolling on the floor laughing rolling on the floor laughing rolling on the floor
Oh, I know an
laughing.
American joke.
At
Wanna
George
hear it?
George
Go for it, George
899 said, oh, I know an American joke. Wanna hear it? At I-M underscore A dash rich underscore guy said, rolling on the floor laughing rolling on the
But
floor
yeah,
laughing rolling on the
I'm
floor
gonna be going live
laughing.
again. We back at
Shakreates
it 3 times a
303
day.
said, her daddy shoulda nutted on her back. At I-M underscore A dash rich underscore guy
Wait, what?
said, okay mommy.
Oh, I
At
thought you
Coolboy
said
Brian
on your back. I was gonna say
1012.0
what?
said, I told my computer I needed a break, and now it won't stop sending me Kit Kat ads. I
I'm
told my
dead.
computer I needed a break, and now it won't stop sending me
That's
Kit
crazy
Kat
word.
ads. At George George 899
Well,
said, what kind of bees produce milk? At Shakreates 303 said, holla.
it's not holla. Did she say holla? That's racist. That says hi. She said holla. Hey, but nah, yeah, trolling is allowed. So go crazy, go wave shit. It's all jokes.
At
We all here to
coolboybrian1012.0
have fun.
said, I have the
Some
foo-est joke.
boobies.
At GeorgeGeorge899 said, boobies rolling on the floor laughing. At coolboybrian1012.0
I gotta
said,
go see you
I
tomorrow.
got to go see you
Hey,
tomorrow.
look, come back
At
anytime, Cool Boy Brian.
Shakri303 said,
Appreciate
She
you for
Wild.
coming.
At Floriday's Lifey said, would you rather be a
She
lamp, have
wild.
$1 million cash dollar note sparkler right now? Or have the ability to rewind time, rewind alarm clock 6 hours thinking face question mark?
Hey, look, I done ran across this joke before, bro. The second one, suspect. the rewinding time sounds suspect, brother. Listen, what you trying to rewind time for?
At Shakri8303
What you
said,
trying to control time
$ASG033
for?
cash at me if you like being dominated
What you
by
trying to
women.
control time for, brother? I'm gonna take the $1 million cash. This is a setup. I'm gonna take the 1 million. What's up?
At GeorgeGeorge899
ASG0.
said, what you call an alligator in a vest?
If you like being dominated, cash at me. If you like being dominated by women, it's crazy.
At
Who
Florida's
cash
Life
after that?
said,
You
rewind
better
time
get
and hit
somebody
the
some free
Powerball
money and she
jackpot
creates.
firework rewind.
What you call an alligator in a vest? An alligator, a alligator, a retaliator. What do you call an alligator retaliating a retaliator? Boom. There we go. That was it.
At Shakri8303
No
said, it's mine rolling on the floor laughing. I like
What do you
dominating
call
men.
What do you call
At
it? An
GeorgeGeorge899
investigator.
said,
That's crazy.
investigator rolling on the
It's
floor
mine.
laughing.
Like dominated men is crazy. She create. I'm dead. We lit now, y'all. Shit. But yeah, I'm back going live 3 times a day now. My shift
At
changed.
Florida's Lifey said, rewind time, rewind alarm clock 6 hours and
I'm
win
getting
the
my first-
Powerball jackpot firework is worth more than $1 million. Money bag open mouth smile. At Josue Sanchez's -U5C said, I am getting my first car, a Crown Victoria. I'm
I hate
not
you,
bad for
Florida.
first car. It's like a police vehicle, police car, police car, police car, police car.
Yeah. Hey, look, ain't nothing wrong with that. Congratulations, bro, on your first car. That is something to be proud of. You know what I'm saying? You put in work, make progress. You know what I'm saying? You know, now that you got a vehicle, hopefully a driver's license. Hopefully a driver's license.
At Florida's Lifey
You
said,
can get jobs that
thank you.
pay double what you
At
work if you got
GeorgeGeorge899
versus jobs
said,
you get catch a bus
better
too.
get those watch hours
Get-
now
go get
before
all them.
February.
Yeah, definitely. We trying to get it. We trying to get everybody in here so we can get our watch time hours up because they're gonna double them in February. So we at 2,250. We trying to get another 1,750. But our first monetization goal is 3,000, which is 750 away. So if we get more people in here in the lives at the same time, we do like an hour or two like how we doing now, we be there in no time. So I'm about to go consistent. I'm gonna be more consistent. We're gonna do 3 lives a day. This is actually my 4th live today. I gotta get my ass up so I can go live in the morning for a couple hours. I keep getting too tired and not waking up. I need to wake up at like 6 a.m. here, Eastern Standard. Go live for like 2 hours. I probably go all live all the way to 8, 9,
At
10 or something.
GeorgeGeorge899 said, when you started streaming.
So when you started streaming, I started streaming like 8 months ago, but I neglected like 4 months. Where if we count the individual days that I didn't get on, I was supposed to. It's probably like 3 or 4 months that I didn't stream. I would have already been monetized, but I had life shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I messed my record up and shit. And, you know what I'm saying? Man, I had to deal with other stuff and then customers, all kind of stuff. family, loved ones. It's just all kind of stuff stopped me from stopped me from all kind of stuff stopped me from going live. But all that stuff is in the past. So we are back. I'm switching to another job. So my live streaming is still a little messed up, but I just hit my ankle with the
Coco dash
bed.
dash 3. The corner of the bed it hurts. Face blue smiling. Face blue smile. Face blue smiling. Face blue smiling. Rolling floor laughing rolling on the 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 floor laughing.
This time to go
At
hard.
George 899 said, "So, better take precaution before February, just saying."
This time to go hard. This is the time to go hard. I might even post a short about that. It's time to go hard. We might as well close this monetization gap because we almost there. They say there's millions of YouTube accounts, content creators, and only like 3% of them actually make it to monetization. That's crazy. Only 3% of them actually make it to monetization. Let's be part of that 3%. We'll go ahead and lock in. So I'm gonna be going live again tomorrow. I'm actually about to get off here. Because it's 11 p.m. So I will catch y'all later. I appreciate y'all coming. All right. I'm definitely gonna be dedicated more to y'all. So please be more dedicated. I appreciate it. Y'all make my day, man. I don't be doing nothing. I go to work. I don't do shit, bro. I don't even watch TV. I don't go out the club. I don't go to the bar, none of that shit, because it's drama in the streets, all that shit. I don't hang out with friends because niggas be jealous. I don't do none of that shit. I go to work. I don't even speak to the people at work, besides the people that are like the higher ups above me, and then I barely even give them words. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up in the hood. You talk too fucking much that you end up dead. You see what I'm saying? So it's talk to too many people, you invite snakes in that you ain't know what snakes, you run your mouth to other people that's jealous of you, you ain't know it's jealous, but they snakes, so they willing to stand in your face. They interested in you, or they interested in what you got, and they willing to stand in your face, and they'll act like they're not, and they'll smile in your face the whole time they backdoor your ass. You see what I'm saying? For what you got or your body. I know I can't even mention what I've seen where somebody wanted somebody, and in order to they did something in order to them in order to get their body. You see what I'm saying? Did harm to them in order. I can't mention that full detail. I've seen that happen. You see what I'm saying? They find out that they can't get you. Can't nobody else have you, right? That's not a saying for no reason, and or if they can't have you, then nobody else can have you, right? It's not. It's not a saying for no reason. But um, you know, you see what I'm saying? So like, it's always good to keep your mouth closed, right? You let people assume that you're stupid. You already know who the op is, or who the op would have been, because when you're quiet, the people that assume that you are dumber than them, therefore they try to take charge of you or start trying to control your actions, like especially when you at work. That's a person that would have been jealous of you. They already jealous of you, but you haven't given them a reason to be able to freely express it because you don't communicate with them, right? So they got to make up stories about you. They got to do whatever they can, try to try to act like they supervise over your job. You know, I had people that were getting paid less money than me try to sit there, and because of the situation, I've had people that got paid less money than me try to sit there and try to manage my job over me, right? You be like, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. I'm like, And then they get mad when I'm like, bro, you don't pay me. Like, what are you talking about? It's like I'm like, do you? Or I'll be like, you do realize that your position. I just say something simple, right? And that'll piss somebody off. But it's like nobody told you to go out of your way to try to prove something to me. Like you think that I think I'm better than somebody. I never said that. This is your insecurities that you're projecting on me. I've just been me. That's why everybody else treats me like I'm a genuine person because they're like, out of everybody we know, Jesse is genuine. You see what I'm saying? The only person that got this, you got insecurities. You the only person that treat me like that, right? These type of people. And he said, I've invested in YouTubers that didn't deserve it. You are different. I have a direct chatting with the money I spend. Oh yeah, I hear you, George. I love talking to you. Thank you, George. Um, I've had this happen to me multiple times, and then I just say something simple that's true, and it just be like, and then they whole entire world melt, and I'm like, come on, bro. Like this is crazy. You could sit there and take my shit out of the job and take this and move my tools and swear you had authority to do all of these things, and then as soon as I just be honest with you, you fucking crumble. It's crazy. That's some crazy shit. You just crumble. I'm like, bro, it's like you. I'm like, I remember it's this one girl. She was trying to be our supervisor, and I'm like, you get paid less money than we do, and we have more skills than you have. And our jobs, my jobs that I work, they're not. Most of them are not to be supervised. So it's like you look stupid coming around here thinking that you're doing something. Like you got the power and authority just because you just a little old human being. Like you not God. That doesn't make you no power or no authority. You just make that yourself, right? This is when I was working at the shipyard. This was years ago. I was like 18, and I'm like, it's like I think you think that what you're doing has more value than it actually does, right? And it's like she was doing shit that she thought had more, but it's because she deceived herself into thinking that it had more value than it actually did, right? And I'm like, well, if it had more value, then you would be getting paid more money than I am for the same job. We both work in the same job, but I have more skills, so I'm making more money. Right? I've had this situation with men also, and uh, they specifically hired me for more money because I had more value, right? Because I had more skills. The skills that she had, the lady, she was trying to play supervisor at the shipyard. The skills that she had, they really weren't any skills. Like we were a cleaning crew, right? We were a cleaning crew, and she was like, "I'm the supervisor over y'all because I know how to clean." And I'm like, "You do realize anybody can clean, right? Shit, you stand out in the rain long enough, it might wash the dirt off you. You know what I'm saying? Even the weather can do that shit." And what's up, Shakira? Welcome back. Not that I've spent anything. Outside free time with you, but I see that you have potential. Thank you. Look at this Dusty knockout Kendrick Lamar knockoff. LOL, what's good, baby daddy? This crazy work. He said Kendrick Lamar. I would never want to be Kendrick Lamar. I ain't gonna cap to you. I would rather be a Drake. Michael Jackson. Hold on. But yeah, nah, it was me. Uh, it was me, my brother, and my ex at the time. My girl at that time. This is my ex now, and one of our friends, and uh, this other girl she was working there before we did. She was like, I'm trying to get a crew together. I'm like, we not trying to be your crew. I'm not trying to be in this bitch cleaning, nigga. We in the shit yard. What the fuck is you talking about? I'm trying to. They took my booty last time. It's crazy work. I ain't trying to go to jail again. This shit get down for the threesomes with the young bitches is crazy. But what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Uh, yeah, no, it was a cleaning crew. I'm like, we're in a
At
field
George George
that
899
that
said,
who's
"Who's
Shakira,
Shakira, bro?"
she Shakira is she has actually been here for a very long time since before we had I'm his baby mama. It's crazy.
At Shakira Bounty said,
I'm
"I'm his
dead. I
baby
ain't got no
mama." At
kids,
George George 899
but
said, "Me too, rolling on the floor,
me
laughing,
too.
rolling on the floor, laughing,
Shakira
rolling
has
on
been
the
here
floor,
for a
laughing."
long time. She is an OG. She is an OG. She actually is an OG. I appreciate you for coming, Shakira. Um, the what was I saying? Yeah, it was like we are in the field, in the industry, the type of work we're doing where practical skills
At George George
pay the money,
899
not
said,
non-practical
"Oh,
skills.
my bad,
Right?
Shakira."
It's like not everybody can be a welder. Everybody can pick up a rag and some spray nine and spray down a white wall and wipe it. Right? Clean up, pick up trash off the ground, food,
At Shakira Bounty
trappings,
said,
and
"My hips don't lie."
it's in my
At
hips
Shakira
don't lie.
Bounty said, "Person turquoise waving, person turquoise waving, person turquoise waving."
Turquoise. You can't even say turquoise. But cleaning is a non-practical skill, which means like you really don't got to be certified to do the shit, right? You ain't got to have no experience. You probably can pick up almost any job, right? And this is like we're in the field. When I get in, I got in as a general laborer, and we all got in as general laborer. So we were supposed to be doing fire washing, right? But they didn't have no fire washing jobs because they work. So they were still giving us our hours, but they didn't want us to just be sitting around doing nothing to get the hours. So they would send us home early. Like we do
At
4 hours
George
shifts,
George
get 8 hours.
899
Right.
said, "Oh, welder is a good job.
Yeah,
Hand with index finger and thumb
was
crossed."
considered a practical skill, which is like not everybody
At
can just
Shakira
pick up and
Bounty
do it.
said,
Right.
"BR baby crying chat."
It's a be right back, her baby crying chat. I'm dead. It's not it's a non practical skill. I mean cleaning is a non practical skill. Welding is a practical skill, right? Practical skill is like you gotta learn. It's like a trade, right? You be like a trade, or like you're a mechanic, you a welder, you're a hot work operator. I wouldn't even consider a competent person to be honest, for like the shit girl. I wouldn't consider that to be a practical skill. Well, I guess it does take practical skills like reading and things, but usually practical skills are things that you do with your hands, where you craft or shape things that people can't normally craft, shape, repair, fix, or replace.
At
Right?
George
That's
George
what practical
899
skills are.
said, "Like blue collar job you mean."
Yeah, pretty much blue collar job. And we got into the field, and I'm like, I'm here to get the practical skills, not non-practical skills. So in there, she was like, she trying to make all four of us. It's like 4 or 5 of us or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but she was trying to make all of us her like cleaning crew, and I'm like, bro, we not doing this shit. Like, I did not come to the shipyard to fucking clean, bro. Like, now I'm trying to be a welder, I'm trying to be a pipe fitter, I'm trying to be a sandblaster or something. You talking about some? We just gonna wipe the damn walls down. I don't give a fuck how many hours that I'm guaranteed to get, because if I'm getting $14 an hour versus getting fucking $40 an hour, nigga, all I need is about 3 hours, and I done already made more than your shift. You see what I'm saying? So it's and then when you're like a welder or something, you're more independent. So the time really is what you tell them it takes you to do the job. So it's like we right now we stuck on 8 hours that they trying to give us, and they got to decide what kind of work we gonna do and how long it's gonna take. Versus I get to go in there and be like, this is the work I'm doing. That y'all, this is the project I want me to do. Okay, this is how long it's gonna take me. Right? I get to decide the hours. And I just won't with that shit. Because I'm like, bro, I'm not about to be, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would not proud to be, as a grown man, I would not proud to be the whole 32 years I am old now. It'd be like, yeah, my main skill is cleaning. Like, what the fuck do I look like? Right? Like, excuse me, that's just me. How I feel personally about me. I'm a professional cleaner. There's no fucking way. I know how to detail cars and some more shit if I want
At
to.
George
I'm
899
not doing like
said, "What's an electrician paid in U.S.?"
electrician. It depends, bro. Cause it depends on what type of electrician you are. Because like I'm a low voltage technician, right? I was when I was working with Cox Cable, I was making like 2,500 a week. That's working 25 hours. You see what I'm saying? So it's working 25 hours a week. So it's like it depends on. It really depends, bro, and it depends on how you go about it. Because if you go W-2, you always gonna make less money. I was 1099. The closer you get to a boss, the closer you get to being your own boss, the more money you make. So I went from a W-2 employee, which is I'm an employee, to a contractor, which is 1099, and then I subcontracted with a company. But a contractor is closer to uh, boss than it is to an employee, because you cannot fire a contractor.
At George
A lot of people don't
899
know that.
said, "Me too. Up to 100 p volts."
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
At George 899
1,000 volts.
said, 1,000 volts.
You go 1099, you basically step out of employee shoes to boss shoes, but you just ain't quite the boss. But legally, you cannot be fired. So, and usually what breach the contract is something crazy, like you attack the customer in multiple different ways, you stealing shit and all kind of other stuff that you would not do if you were smart enough to have or be in this kind of field, right? Like the character that it takes for you to be in these kind of fields, you wouldn't do none of the type of shit that would breach the contract. And firing you is treating you as an employee. Contractors are not employees. You see what I'm saying? So it's somebody fire you as a 1099, you can sue them, right? So because it's like, you treated me as an employee because you fire employees. You do not fire contractors. Contractors have to breach their contract. I signed a contract for 5 years. I did not breach this contract. I'm not breaching the contract. You're breaching it by trying to terminate me. You see what I'm saying? So and then the termination legally, at least in the state that I'm in, you can't fire contractors. So, because firing them is treating them like an employee, and contractors are not employees. I am simply a person doing business with you. This is a mutual agreement. You don't fire me because I'm technically not your employee. You see what I'm saying? So you can't fire me because I'm technically not your employee. You're someone I have decided out of my own free will to sign the contract with, to do work with. Right. So
At George 899 said, "Your laws in America are different from Europe."
Yeah. 1099. Right. It's like you got to breach the contract. You got to do something to breach the contract in order for them to terminate you. Right. And other than that, really, you can fuck off, do what you want to. People complaining about you going to work, being late, all that other shit. That shit does not matter. I did the work, didn't I? Yeah, okay, so what the hell we got to talk about? It got done, the customer happy. Yeah, well, still, you should have been. The customer didn't say, well, I should have been. When I was there, they was saying they're happy that I came at the time that I did and actually fixed the shit. You see it in the survey. You see what I'm saying? Like, see it in the survey. I came at the perfect time. You know what I'm saying? Half the time they assuming you gonna get there, bullshit them, and not fix the problem anyways, properly, or keep pushing them off. Right? So when you get there and you're the one that actually fixes it right there before you leave, and nobody else has to come behind you, bro, they love you. You know what I'm saying? But I always been the solution technician, right? Always, absolutely always. If I come to your house to fix something, there's nobody else that has to come after me unless it is beyond my power. I don't trust me. I know to where it's already running, and then the person that got to come after me, they just burying the line. That's it. And you ain't got to worry about that. It'll sit outside. You ain't got to be home. Your service is gonna work perfectly fine all the way until they bury it, and then when they bury it, it might cut out for a couple minutes. You have services, and they're gonna run like a dream forever, at least for the next 10 years. Being late is in our contract. I already have 2 notifications on paper. Yeah. It depends on what kind of work you're doing. Because they gave us 2 time frames of each. We had 2 8 to 10s, 2 10 to 12s, 2 1 to 3s, 2 3 to 5s, and 2 5 to 7s. The regular average person would not be able to get both of these time frames done. Right? You still got to drive between them, and then you still have to sit there, listen to the customer, and troubleshoot the problems that they're saying that they're having. And then you got to crawl through attics, crawl spaces, under the house, drill, run cable lines. Like, the average person would not be able to do this. Not 2 time frames. Probably 1 time frame take them like 2 hours. 1 house. You see what I'm saying? So it's like us not being late. Us being late kind of was in the. It was kind of in the contract. What are you supposed to say if it take me 2 hours for this one 8 to 10, and I still got another 8, then 2 10 to 12 right after that. But I get to my second o'clock, and then I got to do that one, and it take me another 2 hours. Then my 2 10 was I don't get to till 1 o'clock. You see what I'm saying? So it's like what they can't really say nothing about that, because if the job took that amount of time, it took that amount of time, right? It depends on the kind of work that you're doing. We doing troubleshooting. They can't really tell me how long it takes to troubleshoot a customer's house. You want me to get there, and you want me to be the only person that fixes it, so I don't get a repeat. Nobody has to come behind me. So you have to give me whatever allotted time that I decide that it takes for me to fix that issue. So nobody has to come behind me. Because all you're going to do is try to yell at me for somebody else having to come behind me. So you can't yell at me if I take the time to make sure nobody else has to come behind me. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to play the game. You know, a little bit. But let me get off. I got to get off, y'all. All right. Everybody double tap that screen, like, get us moving in the algorithm. I meant being late in the morning when the hour starts. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I wouldn't get to work till like 9. I wouldn't get to work till like 9 a.m. My shift was like, my first job was like 8, and then I smoke both of them and then be on my way to, normally I would smoke both of them, but then I'd be on my way to my 10 to 12 by like 10, right? My first 10 to 12, and then 11 o'clock hit, I did both my 2 10 to 12, right? Because my next appointment is 1 to 3. So I could either fuck off somewhere and do absolutely nothing because we working out in the wild and they can't really tell me where I can and cannot go. I could be on my phone how I want to be, in the customer house, outside the customer house, next to the customer house, in the customer face, beside the customer face. I could be on my phone wherever I want to be, and I could go wherever I want to go. Right? It's the freedom of being a cable man. and or a contractor as a cable man. Different jobs that have different requirements, but one of the most high-paying lax ones is a technology field that's contracting, which is what cable technicians are. It's a technology field that is contracted, right? Or it offers contracting. You can go in-house, but in-house don't make no money. You get the benefits, but no, they no benefits. Screw the benefits. You a contractor, you can get Medicaid. You 1099, you can get you're eligible for Medicaid because you're self-employed. Medicaid cover all of that, dental, all of that stuff. Go apply for Medicaid. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need it. And then the flight mile is just like my ass free flyer miles. Where I plan on flying, I'm doing is hustling backwards because the days at work where I'm missing two, $300, $400, $600 days, and then I'm going out on that same day and spending another $600. Like, so I ain't lose $600 that I spent. I lost $1,200 because I ain't show my ass up to work. Like, come on, bro, that's backwards hustling. In our contract, it says when the job starts and when it ends, you can work until later, but you can't be late when it starts. Okay, I hear you. What kind of work you do? That's similar, but we had all of the jobs came to our phone when we woke up in the morning, so you could start it. And who could say that you won't on site when you started it? So I started at 8 o'clock. I get to that bitch at 9 o'clock. It's a simple click of a button. It say I'm on thing. Electrician construction. Oh yeah, yeah. You in construction? That's why. Technically, the cable companies they open up as construction companies. The one, at least the ones that I work with, they open up as construction companies. But it's not like houses that are being built, but we not like the construction team. Like we not running electrical wires. We running cable lines. We running cable lines and fiber, Ethernet, telephone. Right? They handle the power. We handle all of the services. Let me go off. Um, I'll be back on live tomorrow. All right. I do got to go. I got a hot date with some bed sheets. Me and a couple dreams about to make love. Grandpa voice. But yeah, I gotta go to sleep. So I'll catch y'all later. All right. Out wars. Out. We talk about this again, George. If you hear, they say you need to be at 7 until 4, but you can work until 10, but you can't be late when it starts. Oh, at 7. Are you getting paid hourly or are you getting paid per job? We were getting paid per job. I'm actually in the middle of tomorrow. I'm actually going back to fiber tomorrow. Peace. You are you getting later? But are you getting paid hourly or are you getting paid per job? 1099 gets paid per job, not hourly. So it's kind of on our term. It's more on our terms because they're not paying us hourly. If we don't work, we don't get paid hourly. Oh, true. Yeah. See, hourly you can sandbag. You can run the clock up if you ain't working. So they're more sticklers like that. That's W2. 1099. I'm on my own time. So it's like if I don't, of course I want to complete this job because if I don't complete this job, then I don't get paid for it. And if I don't get paid for the job and none of the jobs, then I don't get paid. So it don't matter how much time I spend on that job, I'm not getting no money if I don't close that job. It's production based. You know what I'm saying? So I go complete the job. With Cox Cable, a lot of it was just people ain't know how to switch the HDMI from HDMI 1 to HDMI 2. You'd be surprised, young and old people. You'd be really the customer didn't know how to use their services or devices. Most of the time. But then sometimes you run into people that's like really something wrong with their services. Right? You run some cable lines. But like you get like 10 jobs in a day, 6 jobs in a day. I say 6 to like 10 jobs in a day. Out of those 10 jobs, like 7 of them would be like customers just don't know how to use their own equipment. Ain't really nothing wrong in the house, right? And that was like daily. And I'd say like 6 of them. Most of them be like the customer just ain't know what they were doing, right? Or you explain the services to them, they just called you because they wanted you to explain to them how to use it, or they don't know how to use it. Pretty much, they don't know how to use it, and either that's why they complaining about it, or they just called you there to tell them how to use it. You get paid anywhere from $30 to $140 for the visit. But let me dip out. Yeah, but when you be at a certain time. Be at a certain time. When it's not hourly, you really start whenever you want, as long as you can close the job. It was getting on me when it was like, yeah, you need to be at this job at 8. You showing up at 9 to 10. And I'm like, well, these jobs, I've already talked to the customers, so such blah, blah, blah. We already pushed the time back. Get there, take me 5 minutes. I'm on to the next job, like 10 minutes away. The second job take me like 5 minutes. I'm on to my 10 to 12. Still in the 10 to 12 time frame. That job take me like 5 minutes, and then I'm on to my next 10 to 12. That job take me like 5 minutes. I didn't close 4 jobs in like 30 minutes, and a time frame of like 30 minutes to an hour. I've closed like 4 jobs, and now I got like 1, 2, 3 hours sitting between me and then my 1 o'clock job. And then I go hit early access to 1 o'clock job. What's up, Florida? If you could bring back one person young and healthy in the flesh, who would you bring and why? Well, the only person that I could think of, the only being I could think of, it wouldn't be for me to bring him back to life, because he's already living. That makes sense. But I would love to see him in person. Can't wait to see him in person. Talking about Jesus. But Jesus, George Jones, yeah. um, Other than that, I couldn't tell you, bro. Facts, Florida. But let me go ahead. I'll be back on live tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. All right. I gotta get some rest, bro. Cause I'm tired. I didn't even get enough sleep going to work today. All right. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna be consistent like I've been doing 3 lives. Okay. We gonna keep at this. Wait, one more question. What's up, Florida? I'd like to have a talk with him too. Facts. I want to hear from the goat's mouth. What is the purpose for life? Why did you make it? Lord, why did you make life? Because I hear a bunch of people's reasons, right? But I want to ask God specifically why, right? Not like sinister or nothing. I just want to know. I just want to sit there and pick his brain. If you pick his mind, if you say he has a brain, pick his mind, right? Probably what I that's probably what I do if I get a chance to be around Chambers. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what I do for the rest of eternity. I just want to know. There's a lot of questions I got. I just, what was the specific? I know they're gonna be mind blowing, right? They're gonna be absolutely mind blowing. If you were invited to Jesus' birthday party and had him make and had make him a meal, what would you make your Lord and Savior? Um, Golden question, and I agree. What's the purpose of temporary life on Earth? I'll be very angry at. I'll be very angry at him. Why, George? George? Um, bro, I don't know. What would you feed the Lord? Like, what does he need? It's crazy. Like, I probably would just ask him what he wants, and then just make that right. Because like, what would I? I mean, I guess I could do the regular traditional human thing and just like define the stuff that I have to offer him. You know, but to me, I just feel like that's not enough. Personally, why make us suffer this much? No, he's not making us suffer, bro. God didn't come down here and tell all of these humans are going out and telling each other to harm each other. It's not God doing it. He made us with free will. We're abusing our free will. It's not his fault, right? It's not God standing on the corner teaching children to sell rocks. It's the nigga down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a whole human being. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame God for that because God ain't tell him to stand on the corner and teach children to tote guns and sell rocks. Like, it's the people that think that they own guys and they can govern their own life that's going around doing this, right? They can govern their own lives and they got power and authority over other people's lives. They think out of their free will they have a right to do harm to other people and get away with it, which is not the case because God exists. But people still convince themselves in this case, right? George, would you be angry because you don't understand, and neither do I? We've all hurt, even Jehovah Jireh, our Heavenly Father, like a father talk. I mean, oh yeah, I hear you, but like, it's just not God's fault. So God made us. Animals didn't even eat meat, right? Um, Animals didn't even eat animals, right? Like everything was like vegetarian, more stuff. But after the fall of Adam and Eve, then death entered the world. Danger, pretty much. Death comes in many ways, shapes, and forms. We've seen that over the history. Whether you die from heart attack, sickness, death, all of this stuff did not exist. You get attacked by an animal. All of these things, we were not originally made to die. But when death entered the world, so did all of the forms and fashions and ways that it happens. And I've lost my best friend. He's in presence. Keep your head up and know that everything he has for you is good. God's your biggest fan. He created you and called you perfect. Um, I forgot what I was saying. Um, Something I was saying. I forgot. I'm sorry, y'all. He's not Death entered the world, and unfortunately, it's not God allowing us to God allowing us to go through hurt. It's like I don't even have a good analogy for this. It's like a person driving a car, and you're like, well, they own the car, and they're driving the car down the street, and you're like, why are police officers allowed them to drive the car down the street? That's not a good analogy, but it's like the police officers aren't allowing them to drive down the street. What's allowing them to drive down the street is their own free will. They hopped in the car, they turned the key, and then they took off, hitting the gas pedal. Um, when approached by the people that find out that what they're doing is illegal, the people that hold them accountable for justice, they are apprehended, right? The Lord is different because it's like if he got on every single last evil person, the word of the day, listen to Eminem, Stan. That's just what I'm listening to, Stan. Oh, true. Um, the Lord is different because if he got on, God is perfectly holy. So, like, the reason we need Jesus to die on the cross for us is because we can't stand in the presence of the Lord, right? He is like acid to us, right? And I can't think of a good analogy right now, but it's like you can't touch acid without the proper protective gear, right? And you can't come into contact with it without the proper protective gear, and or without the proper protection. And Christ is our proper protection, pretty much. If that makes sense. Do you go to church, Jay? I don't. I study at home. Um, and out when I'm out and about and at work and all kind of other places. You deserve a blessing, my boy. Thank you, Florida. Well said. Um, he's not. He's a little bit different because if he stopped all the evil that could ever happen, right? Every time it absolutely happened, we would not have free will. That would not be free will. Everybody would be like what people say that they be trying to disrespect God. They be like, "The daddy gonna lightning strike me." You see what I'm saying? So don't do bad. That's not because you're in fear. It like it says fear of the Lord, but fear of the Lord in the Bible means respect and honor, right? It's not like be afraid and tremble. Be afraid and tremble. That's really just for the people that call themselves his enemy and try to gear up to attack him. And it's like, yeah, in that case, if you declare yourself as an enemy, you should be afraid because, bro, he made you. You are not winning this battle, right? If there ever was a warrior, it's him. You call yourself a warrior, you ain't nothing but made in the image of him. So imagine how much more infinitely he is a warrior than you are in his stature, nature, and his purple hearts. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a God is not religion, he is real. You're divine, brother, and you know that. I lost my religion. I was Catholic. I wouldn't really. I wouldn't. I'm not mad at you for losing that religion, Catholic. I'm Christian, right? Like I am religious. The Bible specifically tells us not to be anti-religious, right? Do not be profane or sexually immoral like Esau was, for even though he sought for his birthright, carefully with tears he could not find them. Profane means anti-religious or no respecter of sacred tradition. says, "Do not be profane or sexually immoral like Esau was." Right. And then it explains, and all of the Bible is like foreshadowing, right? So like we have examples of people that birthright is like a catalyst example, or like it's like an analogy. The Bible means, the Bible scriptures, they have more meanings than just the face value of what the story that you're reading, right? We're not just reading the Bible just to see the face value of it. These are people. If you read through the Bible, there's nothing that anybody in the Bible really has done that people in real life have not done, in action, way, shape, form, or emotionally, right? Or spiritually. There are different little things, like they didn't have cell phones back then, right? But everything that humans use, their devices, they always commit the same sins with them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can still perfectly tell the story of somebody that has cell phones and information bumping now, that with a person from 2,000 years ago that didn't have any of that stuff. Because in the same ways, when they interacted with their parents, they were the same dishonest. When they interacted with their spouse, they were the same dishonest. When they were in a marriage, they were the same sleeping. They were the same sleeping around, committing adultery. Stop and think for 10 seconds. Whatever comes up, what would you ask the Lord if He would answer you right now in clear words, like Moses when he was in the Mount Horeb? I study history, religions where the most wars in the Catholics, specifically Catholics, were the Crusaders. They were killing Christians. So the number one people who died out of any war over history were Christians. And like the Muslims hunting them, the Catholics hunting them. The Catholics, there's this whole thing, right? I don't know if you ever heard of the Protestant Reformation, but you should check it out. And with Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, white dude that existed like 1,000 years before him. All right, I think it was about 400, 500, maybe somewhere between 500 and 1,000 years before him, I think. This white guy, Caucasian man. He was challenging the Catholic Church because they had like prostitutes and stuff all up throughout the Catholic Church, and they weren't translating the book. And to other people, if you wanted to read the Bible, you had to come to the Catholic Church and get the Bible read to you, right? So they like took the scriptures and translated them on purpose. I think one of his friends invented the printing press, and then they mass produced them, and then the Catholic Church like hunted them down and killed them or something. Crusaders were at war with Muslims, not Christians. Crusaders were Christians. No, Catholics call themselves Christians. They are not Christian. And the Crusaders were definitely hunting Christians. But besides that, the Crusades that people talk about, these are, just look it up. That wasn't the point that I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make is, we'll talk about that another time. The point I was trying to make is that I wouldn't be Catholics. They have a history of hunting Christians because Christians were genuine believers, and they wanted them to be like how the Catholics are, which believe in not so genuinely, right? They believe, like some of them believe the Pope is God. He can change the word how he wants to. That's basically how they've been for centuries. And the Christians, the Catholic Church, believed that it had more authority than the Bible had over what should be done about God and His Word. The Christians believed that the Bible had more authority in the Lord than the Catholic Church had. And then this is where the war broke out between them. And the Christians did not take up arms to face them, but the Catholic Church was already like a Roman political power. So they took up arms. You know what? Y'all don't want to agree with us, then we just gonna stomp y'all out, right? Then that's the slew of the years of like crusades and burning Christians at the stake and hunting down like Martin Luther, all the way up to like Martin Luther, and like killing him and I don't know if they got to his. I think he was the one his friend made the printing press so they can mass produce the book after he basically got copies, translated it so other people could read it and didn't have to go to the Catholic Church to read it. And then his friend started mass producing it so they could sell it to other people. Just look up the Protestant Reformation, right? And that was Martin Luther started the Protestant Reformation, which the Protestant Reformation was the Christians separating themselves from the Catholic Church, right? And um, it was them separating themselves. They took the book out of the hands of the Catholic Church and gave it to masses. So me and you could pick up a book like now today and read it, a Bible, and read the book and read it today. We pick up one on any shelf. That was the purpose of them doing that. I was Catholic and we say in the name of Jesus Christ. Yeah, but Catholics worship like Mary as if she holy and some more stuff. Not all. I know they got their denominations like how Christians got, but the Catholic Church ain't the way, ain't the move, right? Christian is the move. Christian means follower of Christ. That's what it originally meant. That's what the people call the people that were following Jesus while he was walking this earth. They called them Christians. They have archaeological evidence of them calling them Christians back then, and they also have ancient historians from those time periods also calling them Christians. And to them, for the people that were not believers, it was a derogatory remark. You're a Christian, right? He's a Christian. Christian means follower of Christ. That's what it means, right? They use it as an insult. The same way a person nowadays be like, oh, you're talking about the Sky Daddy, right? But the insult kind of drives home the point of what you are. So I guess they just took the name on. At least from what I understand. Don't quote me on that part. But it kind of drives home. It's like, yeah, I'm exactly what you say I am. This means a follower of Christ, right? That's what I am. That's what Christian means. I said, bro. But you say, yeah, in the name of Jesus Christ, but it's something different about Christians, right? So I don't have the time to explain all of this right now. But I'm a true convert. If I can explain this, you may have already been alive when I explain this. So Christ himself tells you what a true Christian is and what a true Christian is not, right? So everyone who follows Christ receives Christ's spirit. Christ's spirit is the spirit of God because Jesus Christ is God, right? Jesus is Lord. I'm from the continent where Christianity started. That's what's up. That is awesome. I absolutely understand that. But I'm from a continent that I'm from a continent that was started off of Christianity. And they swear they know everything about Christianity too. Right? We do not use man as authority over God. This is the problem with the Catholic Church. Right? God is authority over man. The Bible is authority over people, not people authority over the Bible. Right? It really don't matter. No offense, but it really don't matter who came from, because nobody came from where God came from. So they all only came from where God made them come from, if that makes sense. So God is always the authority over, God's always the authority over everything. And we see over and over throughout the Bible that man doesn't necessarily carry the word properly. So God always intervenes. He sends his people. See, all throughout the Old Testament and the New Testament, man, God himself says, do not bank yourself, or do not set your heart, or what's the words? I can't remember. I'm gonna paraphrase it. I can't remember the exact verse, but he basically says, pretty much he says, don't trust men. Don't put your heart to where you think you can trust men. That all they do is disappoint you, right? So it's like, it's crazy because there's a representative of God, like he's supposed to be a representative of God. Like this all is in what I was talking about with Jesus, where he tells us what a real Christian is, a real follower of him is, and a real follower of him is not. And he was talking to Nicodemus, And he was like, Nicodemus was one of the rabbis that was in charge of leading the Israel to God. Jesus is God in his face. He does not recognize him. And that within itself, the context of that is like, if you don't recognize God when he's in your face, then who have you been leading people to, right? But it doesn't lead there. I'm not interjecting, right? Because the conversation continues on. I'm not interjecting extra information because the conversation, it continues on. Jesus says, in order to see the kingdom of God, or in order to, he repeats himself twice. He says, in order to see the kingdom of God and in order to enter the kingdom of God, you must be born again by water and the spirit. That which is born of flesh is born of flesh. That which is born of spirit is, you know what I mean, not formed where God started. I mean, where the historical info we have, not to make America too young. Yeah, no, trust me, I'm not flexing about America being started on it. I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying the authority behind it comes from the Lord. So like Jesus said, in order to see the kingdom of God, in order to enter the kingdom of God, you must be born again by water and the Spirit, right? He also gives the parable where he says, "I speak in parables, so them seeing see not, and hearing hear not, as it is written," right? Then he turns around and says, "My sheep, they know my voice, and they listen to me. They hear me and they follow me. You do not follow me because you're not my sheep," right? Um, so it's the sheep. The sheep, right, are the people that, if you go more into depth, is what he's talking to Nicodemus about. These are the sheep that he's explaining to Nicodemus. He's saying you must be born again by water and the Spirit in order to enter the kingdom of God, in order to see the kingdom of God, right? That's why he said, like what he said, he was like, we speak about the things that we know and we have seen, right? The sheep are, if you wonder what he's talking about, you must be born again by water and the Spirit, you go back to Ezekiel 36. And God is actually basically kind of judging Israel, but he tells them, he gives them what he's going to do. He says, I will take your heart of stone and I will give you a heart of flesh. I will put a new spirit in you. You will be as a new creation. I will put my spirit in you and it will cause you to walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and not tarry. Right? He said, I will sprinkle you with water. I shall sprinkle you with water. I will cleanse you of all of your idols and of your iniquities. I will cleanse you. I will, I can't remember how it's versed. I remember what it means though, right? This is what I went through, right? Being born again is a literal supernatural encounter with God, and this is what Jesus was saying. It's not. This is something that's required of every believer in order for them to be saved. I believe there's a higher power, just didn't go to point it yet. Glad to see you got it. Yeah. God, you give your life to the Lord, God literally approaches you, right? This is a literal. He changes you supernaturally. Like I used to feel dead inside. I used to feel like I was just my eyes behind my skull. My brain used to feel cloudy. I used to just feel like I could feel my body, but my entire existence seemed like it was just my consciousness, right? This is called a hardened heart, and it's called a reprobate mind, right? That's in Romans 1. I gave my life to God while I was driving down the street. I mean, I poured my heart out to him. Jesus really answered me, right? In the way that, I don't know if you heard this, I've explained this before, but the way that it happened, it was a surprise. I used to be spiritual, right? I got tired of the spiritual practices. I was like, I know human beings not supposed to feel dead inside, right? I can't feel no emotions really. The emotions that I do got, I got to force them out of me. I can't feel them. I was like, whatever it is, I know human beings aren't supposed to feel like this. So I got to the end, I picked up a Bible randomly, I started reading it, I reached out to God, right, with my heart. I did him wrong after my father died. Yeah, I reached out to him with my heart, and he answered me back. He literally answered me back, right? I'm crying out in the middle of the car to him. I'm like, I don't want to do this no more. I'm willing to denounce all of my belief systems, everything that I believe about you. Don't tell me who I think you are. I mean, I'm not crying. No, 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 no. Don't tell me who. That's not what I said. I said, I'm not looking for who I think you are. I'm looking for who you say you are. I don't know who you are. Please show me who you are. Because I don't think who I believe you are is true. Right? I don't believe it's who you truly are. I don't care about what I think about you. I want to know you. I want to know you and who you say you are, not who I believe you are. Right? I'm driving down the street. In the middle of this, bro, it took me like 2 weeks. I read the Bible for like 2 weeks. I was like, oh, everything I was doing was wrong. And all my practices and everything. I was like, bro, I'm willing to give this up. Like, this is done. Because one thing about me is, one thing that I've always been is, I don't want no run around. I don't want no excuse. I don't want no inexact answer. I want the direct answer. I want the truth. I don't want to be like, even when I worked in Cox, there was an example. It's like, they'd be like, it could be a splitter, it could be the cable line, it could be this. I don't want it. It could be this, it could be that, it could be that. I want a direct answer. When I get there, I don't want to take 40 minutes chasing after something that is not. I want to get there, and in 5 minutes, I want the solution, right? I don't want to do all of that chasing around what's called just to find and then cherry picking. All right, this is why I searched after the Lord, because I'm like, I went through all of the things that I did, and even though I did, at the end I was like, this is what Esau in the birthright, right? This is an example of. That's why I said that before, because this is an example of a believer, a person that could have potentially been a believer in the moment that he tries to give his life to God. And it's like, you in all of the right spaces, you crying with tears, you at your lowest, you are really willing to genuinely open up, right? You really genuine. The problem is that you got so much pride that you don't get an answer. And remember, Esau was no respecter of sacred traditions. He didn't want to do what God told him to do. He wanted to do his own way. So he got to the point where he should have been a believer, but he did not have enough respect for the Lord to actually cross over. Right? And the birthright, I understand the story talks about his birthright, and it's about something different, right? He forfeited his birthright for a mere morsel. But it's an example. It's a foreshadowing. Like, just like Jesus said, everything that you thought was about you was actually about me. Like, the entire Old Testament is about Christ coming and his life and his ministry and him dying on the cross for our sins. You see what I'm saying? Esau's story is an example of a person that should have been a believer. They got to all of the points. It is the person that at the end during Judgment Day, when they say, Lord, have I not come to you performing all of these miracles? And in your works in your name I have cast out demons, and then all of these wonderful things. And he will say, away from me, for I have never known you, ye you worker of lawlessness. Right? So, like, Esau is this moment, right? Esau is this moment. He was a worker of lawlessness. God tells him one thing, he does the opposite, right? Or God tells him one thing, he does it his own way. He wanted to do it his own way. He wanted to be his own God. He wanted to make the law his own. He didn't want to follow the law the way he wanted to follow it. And then at the end, when he got to the point, which would be for a lot of people on their deathbed or when they're passing away, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who have come to the Lord when they were in that moment, where they were in the middle of passing away. Esau is basically this person, right? These people, not just at that moment. Esau is that person. Jesus died on the cross for our sins. God always had a plan to save us. He said he picked the elect. The elect are the people who received the Spirit of God, right? He said he picked us before we were born, before he knew us, before he made us. You see what I'm saying? He had already chosen us before before we could do any, before we could be born to do any right or any wrong. He had already chosen us. So um, Esau is an example. Dang, I forgot what I was saying. Um, at the end, they beg for forgiveness. Yeah. Um, there, Esau was an example of a person like, this is our birthright, right? This is our birthright. I won't. It don't necessarily fit the elect, because the elect gonna be saved regardless. I believe the elect gonna be saved regardless. But this is an example, right? And it's pretty much, Esau is an example of a person that gets to the right point to where they should be saved, but unfortunately they got too much pride with their free will, and the things that they need to let go, they won't let go, so they end up not being saved, right? So our birthright is salvation, right? God died for everyone, which means everyone's birthright is salvation. So everyone has a chance, everyone has a right. He said he predestined us in our habitations, our cohabitations, to where, in our habitations, to where we would seek him out. We would have the means to find him, right? We would have the means to find salvation. Everyone has this birthright. Esau is an example of somebody that has this birthright, which is every person on this planet, and them choosing the world over their birthright. We have the same Bible, yeah. At the end, they beg for forgiveness. We have the same Bible, yes. And at the end, they got so much pride in their heart that they can't let go to worldly things, to the point where even when they cry out with all of their heart, God is not listening, right? This is a very scary place to be, because you got to remember, God judges us by what's in our hearts. So even though you crying out to him and you are hurting, you more worried about you hurting than you actually trying to come to God. The same way the Israelites were standing on the corner. Israel was standing on the corner, and they were praying to look holy. The Pharisees were praying to look holy. They weren't actually to look holy to other people, to get attention from other people. They weren't actually worried about their relationship with the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Like, God knows your intention. Like, he even specifically says that he deliberately ignores people's prayers. You see what I'm saying? So he's like, do not be repetitive in prayer like the heathens do, for they speak as if their many words are heard. Right? This is like, what do you mean? So you're saying that you're deliberately ignoring these people? Right? That's why I was saying the other day about God is not a genie. You can't pray a specific prayer and then it makes God move. Like, God has free will. He invented free will. Why would he not? He has the right to say no. It don't matter what kind of magical prayer you swear you words properly. That is very pagan. That's like manifestation. And then he gonna just that is not biblical in any way, shape, or form. That is actually modern day spirituality. Speak it into existence. That's all they're saying. They just candy coated it with different words. You pray this specific prayer a certain way, and God will answer you. Right? You got to say it without doubt. You got to claim it. That is not how God works. I see you, brother, now. I know why you can do the things you do. Thank you, George. Yeah, I had a literal encounter with the Lord 8 years ago. He opened the floodgates, bro. I can't tell you how many talents that I have achieved since then, right? And it's a literal supernatural encounter with the Lord. He literally, like, I used to feel dead. Now I can feel my entire body, right? I asked him for a heart. This is the encounter was crazy, because I called out to him and I was like, I do believe you, God. 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 There's only one God. I do believe in you. What's up, Najila? Welcome back. He was like, he answered me, and it was in my mind and in my ears at the same time. It was loud, and it was loud, but it was quiet. It was like a whisper, but it was loud, and it was a male voice, right? It was male in nature. And he was like, I was like, I do believe you, God. 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 I do believe there's only one you. I swear I do. This is after I went through all of the other stuff, and I was like, I denounce my belief system. Show me who you are. I don't want to. I don't want to know who I think you are. Please show me who you are. I believe in you. I swear I do. I swear I do. I'm saying this with all of the little bit of heart that I had left. I'm like, I swear I do. And then he was like, a big echo through the car, through my ears, through my mind. It said, but do you believe in Jesus? And this is a male voice. And he was like, but do you believe in Jesus? God shows things in different ways. What's up, John Joe? Well, God is, the Father is called a He, the Son is called a He, and so is the Holy Spirit. It's He. God is male in nature, which makes sense why He gave males the authority. But, I don't want to get into all of that. But, yo, bro, I gotta go sleep. See you next time. Hey, look, come back anytime, Najila. Thank you for coming. But, yeah, he was like, but do you believe in Jesus? And I was like, whoa. Because I wasn't expecting an answer. Like, he literally answered me, right? And I wasn't expecting, like, an answer. So I'm like, I froze. And I'm like, what do I do now? I'm freaking out. And I'm like, first thing I go and I'm like, well, whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can right now. So I honestly asked myself the question that he asked me. He said, but do you believe in Jesus? I asked myself to the deepest, darkest part of my heart, do I? Remember at this time I had a hardened heart. I could not feel anything, right? So I couldn't genuinely believe because I couldn't feel the emotions to genuinely believe in something. The stuff that I believed in was me simply parroting, echoing stuff that I learned. I call myself being smart, so I learned it in repetition, which is like how the spiritual group tells you it's supposed to be the superior way to learn, which is not. Genuine interest is more is superior. Genuine interest is superior than repetition any day, right? Learning from genuine interest is superior to repetition any day, because the thing about genuine interest is you can apply repetition to it. So repetition is usually learned in a superficial way that's not really, you see the kids that go to school and they really don't want to be at school. There's the difference between the kid that want to be at school and learn everything, and he got a 4.0 GPA because he want to be at school and he want to learn repetition because he's genuinely interested. So he sees beyond the people that aren't genuinely interested and they're just forced to be there, right? God, just same way God is looking for somebody that is genuinely interested. Right, not repetition, which is why he says don't be repetitive in prayer as the heathen does, because they speak as if their many words are heard. Right, like he's deliberately ignoring. He's like, I don't know who you praying to. You praying to some God that don't exist. You're not praying to me, right? And he can't answer you, and I'm not answering you because you're not praying to me. But he can't answer you because he don't exist. But for they are fools that pray to a God that cannot save, right? This is scripture. I'm not saving you. You're not praying to me, and you praying to a God that can't save you because he don't exist. He can't save you because he does not exist, right? Doesn't have the ability to. But yeah, he asked me. So I asked myself that question. Bro, when I say I bust out in tears, I asked myself genuinely, and I could not move myself to say it. I could not move myself to say it. I was like, and I bust out in tears. I was like, if you give, I feel like if you give me a heart, I said, I don't have a heart. I cannot feel to say it honestly, right? I feel like if you gave me a heart, then I would be able to say that I do believe, but in the condition that I'm in, I cannot say it honestly because I can't feel it. And uh, in the middle of him, in the middle of me saying sorry, before I could even finish saying sorry, his presence enveloped me. It just like blew through like a wind. I just like I got hit. I hate using this terminology, but this is what it felt like. It felt like I got in a car crash with holiness, right? And it's like this Big Mac truck is like I'm standing on the freeway, and this Big Mac truck of God's grace just runs right through me, right? And it hit me, and in the moment, instantaneous, like in the instant, right before I'm in the middle, I say I'm sorry. Like I didn't get to say the re part, and his presence blew through me, and I've reanimated in that moment. Like it's like I stopped in the middle of the road, and it's like my whole entire body came to life, right? And I went from feeling like I was only my eyeballs in my head, clouded mind, felt like somebody spring cleaned my whole entire soul, being, mind, everything, like somebody just swept through it all. Squeaky clean, still feels squeaky clean to this day. He gave me a new spirit. I took a breath. Every time I breathe, even now, it feels like I'm alive. Like it feels revitalizing. Right? It don't feel like it's just a regular breath. Like you breathe every day. It's not. It got this cold, like holy presence to it. I don't know how to explain it. And also, he put his spirit. He said, "For do you not know that?" That's why Jesus said, "For do you not know that your body is his temple?" God puts the spirit of God in you. So he dwells in you, like how he used to dwell in the tabernacle. That's why the veil ripped, because there was no longer a veil between God. After Jesus died on the cross, there was no longer a veil between God and man. So instead of us having in order to receive salvation, we had to go up to the tabernacle, do all of these ritual sacrifices. God was the last lamb. He was the ultimate sacrifice. He was the final sacrifice, the lamb to pay for all, not just for one or two or three people, right? A permanent sacrifice, which makes sense. You need eternal redemption, so it makes sense that the blood that was required for that eternal redemption would be eternal also, right? So it don't make sense that Jesus, it doesn't make sense, I'm not explaining it right, but it doesn't make sense for Jesus to be anyone other than God on the cross, right? One lamb pays for two people for what, a day, 1 day, 2 days, right? For him to be a regular human being, one sinless lamb, right? 1 day, 2 days, couple hours, you sin again, you got to sacrifice it again. God, on the other hand, God himself is the lamb, and he's an eternal being, right? So it's like, it don't really matter how many sins you commit, you cannot remove eternal redemption. And it makes sense that, blood is atonement for sin. It don't really make sense. I'm not explaining it the best, but it don't make sense that Jesus would have been anyone other than God on the cross. It had to be God. It had to be God's blood, right? Nobody else could have paid for all of the people in the past, in the future. No other lamb could have done that, right? So one person is like, we had an example for why that wasn't a thing, because what the Jewish people had to do in the past when they were sacrificing animals, they had to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like one little lamb that's sinless. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference between just a regular man that's sinless and a lamb? There really ain't that much of a difference. Both of them only carry so many pints of blood, and they can only pay for so much sin, right? So it don't really make sense that Jesus would not have been God on that cross. It had to be God. Had to be God. It don't really make sense that he was anybody else other than the Lord himself. Which, I mean, if you go to, what is it, Isaiah 9:6, I think. If you read Isaiah 9:6, it literally says that the Messiah would be called the mighty God, everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. You see what I'm saying? That's in the Old Testament. So it's like, well, it says the Messiah would be God himself. You know, that's before you even get to the New Testament. In Isaiah, I think it's Isaiah. It's Isaiah 9:6, I believe. I keep saying 6:9, but I'm pretty sure it's Isaiah 9:6. It says he would be called Wonderful Counselor, Prince of Peace, the Mighty God. Right? Or not in specifically in that order. I'm paraphrasing, but it does. It definitely says the Mighty God. And for unto us a child is born, for unto us a son is given, and the world shall be on, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, right? And that's Isaiah 9:6. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's bro. I had a Jesus himself says it is required of us to have that supernatural encounter that I'm talking about, right? He says it to Nicodemus. And it's crazy because he says it to Israel, Nicodemus. He's a representative of Israel, right? And he's like the leading guy. And he's like, you must be born again by water and the Spirit. What is water and the Spirit? For I shall sprinkle you with water, you shall be clean. I will cleanse you of all your idols and your iniquities will I cleanse you. I'll take your heart of stone, I will give you a heart of flesh. I will put a new spirit in you, you will be as a new creation. I will put my spirit in you, and it will cause you to walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and not tarry. Right? This is everything that I went through, right? I had a heart of stone. I could not feel anything. I felt like I was just, I had to reprobate mind. I was stuck in, I felt like I was just my eyeballs behind my skull. That's the primary of, if I could feel something, it was in my mind. I could feel my body, but it was not like how it is now. Like my entire body feels like my existence, not just I'm stuck in my consciousness. And my consciousness is the main pilot, right? It's very easy to believe when we're in this condition, this fallen condition, it's very easy to believe that your thoughts are not your own, right? Or not even that your thoughts are not your own. That also, but it's very easy to believe that you may be something else and not just your body, because you can't feel your body the way that God brings you to life, like how we supposed to feel. So it's very easy to fall for, because I told you I used to be spiritual. It's very easy to fall for, oh yeah, you're just a soul trapped in the body, because that feeling to you, it justifies that. You like, well, I feel like I'm really on my mind. I can feel my body, but it feels like all of my consciousness is here. But it feels like all of my consciousness is here, but that's not the case, right? Like God reanimated me when I gave myself to Jesus. Jesus is Lord, by the way. And now my entire being feels like me. It don't feel like I'm just my head and my skull. I got my emotions back. I used to feel dead inside. I could not feel any real emotions. Now I got more emotions than I thought I could possibly that existed, right? Before I was trapped to like 5, like anger, sadness, anxiety, depression. I know there are main categories of emotions, but and then subcategories of those main categories, but you know, depression, and anger are sadness, anxiety, and depression are like in the same category with a main category. But it's an example. I had like happiness. I could laugh, but when I laughed, behind my laugh, it felt empty. Like I was laughing and it was really genuinely funny, but like while I'm laughing, it feels like an empty soul behind it, if that makes sense. Like I'm going through the motions and not actually genuinely enjoying it, but I'm going through the motions, right? And I was noticing that over the years, when I have a emotional interaction with somebody, it's really just like dead. Damon said, do you think people that come back as fish were sinners because they don't have thoughts? No, there is no such thing as reincarnation. That's actually anti-biblical, John Joe. Thank you for coming. Did you already post this? Was I just rambling? Because I didn't see it at first. There's no such thing as reincarnation. It's a myth. God said, for it is appointed unto man to die once, and from there judgment. So we die once. One time. The Lord said, My phone died. That's why the live stopped. I don't know if it's gonna die on me again. I got 1% battery now. I'll put it on the charger. But sorry, I know you can't see me. But yeah, say it's a. Let me see if I can do this. A double. See if I can double screen really quick. Mm, so somewhat, yeah. Okay. It works pretty good. Oh, yeah. So, no, yeah. It's appointed unto man to die once from their judgment. So reincarnation doesn't exist. Which I used to be spiritual, and I'm not just going to like demonize it specific. There's reasons why I walked out of spirituality, like I did to Jesus, and let me give you one of the examples. One of the examples is there's a few things that were saying how you couldn't use too much logic. You use too much logic. The reason you couldn't use too much logic is because crap stopped making sense when you use too much logic, right? It's like their way of trying to keep you dumbed down or something. You got to be dumb enough to believe this is basically like the philosophy, right? So you can't use too much logic. Reincarnation was one of the reasons I walked away, because they tell you I was spiritual, not religious. They tell you in order to it's still like think about it in the retrospective. It's silly that I ever believed it. Silly that I ever believed it. No, I can't wait for charge more. The one of the retrospectives was that is louder. So the um the logic part was my problem. The logic part is my problem. Reincarnation. So reincarnation was um reincarnation was one of my biggest issues with did I lose my camera? Reincarnation was one of my biggest issues with. Why it's not showing my camera? Reincarnation was one of my biggest issues with it because. Oh, there we go. Okay, because of logic factor. So, reincarnation, they tell you nothing is right or wrong, right? Nothing is right or wrong. Everything is just an experience, and the problem with that is that if nothing is right or wrong, everything's just an experience, and they tell you that every path leads to the Lord. But then they turn around and tell you that they're light workers that were sent to let people know this, but that's contradiction, because it's like, if every path leads to the Lord, then I don't need you here as a light worker telling me, regardless of whether you're telling me or not. No matter what path I take, I will get there. And then the issue with that is also, so it's like you basically are a false prophet. You're a prophet that has been sent for no reason, pretty much. because I'm going to get there regardless, no matter what path I take. So I didn't need you to stand here and tell me that it was not necessary, because no matter what path I take, I'm going to get there regardless, right? And then these are all issues that I had when I was single that made me walk out of it. And the reincarnation, that contradicts the reincarnation also, because it's like you reincarnate because you got it wrong. But if nothing is right or wrong, then there is no wrong to get, and all paths lead to the Lord. So, or all paths are supposed to lead to their Lord, to their God. So they come to tell you that all paths lead to God, no matter what path you take. There's no right or wrong. It's just an experience. And then they turn around and say that you reincarnate because you got it wrong, but there's no wrong or right. So you can't get it wrong to reincarnate again. So why are you here? This does not explain the purpose for why you were here. Right? It's a poor excuse to try to explain for the purpose of life. Right? It doesn't actually explain the purpose of life. Because there's no wrong, so why did you reincarnate? And then there's no right, so you couldn't even get it right to not reincarnate. Like, this is it's too much. But this is why they say you can't use too much logic. Well, I learned this when I was spiritual. I spent 10 years doing this, right? And the logic, you can't use too much logic, because once you start putting 2 and 2 together, 2 and 2 start equaling 3 and not 4, and you're like, wait, hold up. And then they be like, no, you got to rearrange it like this, and then now 2 plus 2 equals 5, and I'm like, that's not the math says it's 4, right? Like, it's like, how are we getting to these conclusions? And they be like, you can't use too much logic, you just got to go with the flow. And I'm like, that's not how. We literally, everything that exists and makes sense while it exists is based off of logic. Like, logic is one of the natural laws, or it's attached to one of the natural laws of the universe. So it's like, how are we, by being, and then be like, you do this to get closer to nature, but it's like you're denying the actual foundation of nature by practicing what we're practicing, and the teachings that you're telling me. You're telling me to deny logic, but logic is part of the universe. That don't make sense. So to get closer to nature, I got to get further away from nature. That does not make sense. No wonder we both ain't getting nowhere. And the reincarnation is like, you can't get it wrong to come back, because there is no path that is wrong, and all paths lead supposed to lead to their, like, universe God. The problem with the universe God also, this is another issue I had, was that the universe God is supposed to be made out of energy, right? Spiritual people equate spirits to being energy. The difference between that and the God of Christianity, Jesus, is they say God is a spirit, right? Which they say it's a spirit, but the difference is the definition of what they call the spirit, right? So, like, as a spiritual person, they call spirit a spirit. The closest they could think of to being, I guess, materialist is immaterial is energy, right? The problem with energy is that energy had a beginning. It came into being when time, space, and matter came into being, right? The universe has a beginning. So, and then we know we cannot get intelligence from non-intelligence. But the God that is supposed to be the universe has intelligence, right? But the God that's the universe is made of energy, but energy had a beginning, which means that the God of the universe had to be made by intelligence to be the God, the universe God, in the first place. This is a dilemma, because energy has a beginning. See, God in the Bible, he says he is spirit, but his definition of spirit is immaterial. So he doesn't have to be made of something in order to exist, right? So it makes sense that he can exist when nothing existed, like the universe not existing. The problem with the God that is the universe is he's energy, and energy is something. It is not nothing. It is not immaterial. It is material. So if the God that is the universe, if the God that is the universe is made of energy, the spirit that he is made of energy, then there had to be a bigger God to make him the God universe, if that makes sense. There had to be a bigger God that was immaterial, that is timeless, does not have a beginning to make him, which means the dilemma is they didn't really replace Christianity. All they're doing, like, this is what all of these things are pouring through my mind while I'm like spiritual. And I'm like, they didn't actually replace, like, when you actually break it down, it's like they didn't actually replace Christianity or the God of Christianity. All they did was just add another person that's going to the lake of fire with them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, and the reason I say that, it sounds rude, but the reason I say that is because all they're saying is there's another being that was created that had a beginning that's supposed to be a God that we worship, but the God that created him says not to worship him or ourselves or anything else other besides him. So he's just going to cast the universe God into the lake of fire also with all of us that worshiped him and followed him, right? And well, all of us that worship him and follow him. And the reason I say that is because in the Bible he says that he would come back during Judgment Day. In Revelation, he said he would destroy the heavens and the earth because they would be found to have no presence. They would be found to not worthy of basically being in his presence. And like, what is the only thing that is not worthy of being in the Lord's presence? It is evil. So it's like, at Judgment Day, the only thing that will be found to not be worthy of being in the Lord's presence is all evil that exists. So it's like, he's saying he's going to destroy the heavens. They'll be rolled up like an old garment, right? And he's going to destroy the earth. He's going to make a new heavens and a new earth, right? And like all of this is just like, when you like pinpoint the things, it's like crazy, because it's like they worship the heavens. He said he gonna destroy them, but I do from what I understand from reading the Bible, is Judgment Day is not just going to be God judging people. It's going to be a showing of he is the only Lord that exists. So like, you have people like how I used to practice astrology, like they worship that, astrology is worshiping the stars. If you look up the definition of worship, deity, if you look at the definition of worship, deity, belief, and religion, right? So like when they say spiritual, not religious, that statement doesn't actually make sense. They're saying they're religious, not religious. That doesn't make sense, right? Because religious, it's a whole thing. You got to read it, because the definition of worship is the feeling and or expression of reverence for a deity, right? The definition of deity, the second definition of deity, is a divine nature, status, or quality, right? Yeah, what's up, Mojo? A divine nature, status, or quality, right? And then let me see if I can. Let me get the direct definition for y'all. Definition of religion. Let me see. Definition of the word religion. Religion is the shared system, beliefs, values, and practices that connect people to a higher power, spiritual force, or sense of the sacred. That connects people to a higher power, spiritual force, spiritual force, or a sense of the sacred. The universe God is a spiritual force. That's the definition of religion, right? Let's see. Definition of worship. See, definition of worship: the feeling and or expression of reverence for a deity. Worship is the feeling or expression of reverence and adoration and extreme respect for a deity or sacred power. What's up, Yasmin Beltran? For deity or sacred power. Now watch this. Definition of deity. A deity is a supernatural being, such as a god or goddess, that is considered sacred, divine, and worthy of worship. God, goddess says divine nature, the inherent quality or essence of being divine, the state of godhood. Um, dang, I forgot this phone old, but essential nature of a god. The feeling and or expression of adoration for a deity, feeling of expression, the feeling and or expression of reverence for and adoration for a deity is definition of worship. The problem with that is the definition of deity is a superhuman controlling power. It's a god or goddesses in polytheistic religions, and or its second definition is a divine nature, status, or quality. So they express, show respect. They have a feeling for, express, and show respect for a divine status and nature or quality in the universe, right? Anytime they express that respect for is worship. They're not getting on their knees and they're not praying to it, but that is not required. And if you read through the Bible, God also says that is not required in order to worship something, right? All it takes is you putting your dedication, your earnest heart to the point where it becomes more important to you than God is. That is when you start to worship things, and you can worship anything. You can worship your beauty, you can worship other people's beauty, you can worship celebrities, you can worship cars, money, attention, you can worship validation from other people, you can worship yourself. Anything that when somebody steps in your face and they tell you something about the Lord and you go, you know what, I'd rather believe something else in the name of what I know about this thing or this thing that I'm obsessed with, that is you putting that thing above the Lord. And in this case, you have made this, in this situation, you have made this thing your God, because God was supposed to be here, and instead, when somebody call you out on what you're doing as godless, and you be like your beauty, or you be like your name, or you be like your status, or you be like your skills, or your money that you got, or your cars that you got, or your clothes that you got, your hoes that you got, your rebuttal to them is you think you greater in this situation. The way you act is you think you greater in this situation because you got this stuff to brag about or to speak about, in comparison to when they just gave you words from the Lord. That is you taking all of those things and putting them above the Lord in your heart. So God is supposed to be here. These things are supposed to be really most of the materialistic things ain't supposed to be nowhere on the board. But God comes first. Anything that you put first before God, that is your God now. You see what I'm saying? So it's the way God explains it. You could hey Yasmin, hey Mojo. The way God explains it is you can worship anything. It is literally just when you take the action, you can put anything in that thing where you're bowing down to worship it, because it's literally you just taking the action. When somebody calls you out and then you think you got a better rebuttal that is absolutely godless, that's supposed to be more important than the godful thing that person said to you. This is where you equate God to being less important than what you see as important, right? Like as if these things have more authority than the Lord does. In this case, you are swapping the place of the Lord with whatever objects that you are worshiping that you swear is more important than. If somebody call you out in your sin, and then you be like, well, I got this, that, and the third, how dare you? And then even to think that the action of you calling somebody out because they do something wrong also, you thinking that area, that what's supposed to be a gray area, God said there are no gray areas. It's black and white, right? You think this is a gray area. You trying to play the fence like this is. You do something wrong also, that does not negate that you also do wrong things. Like when you go into the courtroom and the judge, you walk up to the judge and the judge be like, you committed this crime, and does the judge dismiss your case because you turn around and say there are other criminals in here that also do bad things? It's like, okay, we're not here for those criminals that do bad things. We're here for you that did bad things. And just because they did does not erase that you've done bad things. Do you understand this? We are both adults, right? It's like we're not here judging you because He robbed somebody. We here for you to send you to prison because you robbed somebody. So like when you see people, they'll deflect and they like try to point the finger at you because you pointed the finger at them, right? Or you say something, you be like, you call them out and they bullshit, and then they be like, excuse my tongue, but you call them out and then they be like, oh, um, you do something bad too, and then you see they got their chest puffed up like they did something big and they done won the argument. And it's like, no, you idiot, you just pointed out that both of us are sinful. You didn't do nothing here. God already knows this about both of us. The judge already knows this about both of us. We're both criminals. We are, right? Like I called you out. We may both commit crimes, but that doesn't. The whole entire point of us existing as human beings is we were supposed to coexist to become better. Like the Lord tells us that we are supposed to call out our brothers in Christ, right? And not just call them out. We're supposed to help them, but there's a difference between when you calling them out to help them, like, hey, you should stop this, and they give you the point the finger back. It's like, how am I supposed to help you? And then you wonder why. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really help somebody like that, right? This ain't really the mindset of nobody that's saved, and we supposed to build together. Like that's the thing. This is what people search for. They search for a community they can build together. Because I want to get closer to God in my faith too. I wish I had somebody to talk to that really were transformed by the Lord, and I really could converse with them. It's like, because I got people that they be like they're fake Christians, right? They commercial, and they say all these things, and they're sitting there. I'm like, I'm telling you, I've already been born again. I've already had a literal encounter with the living God. The Spirit of God has been living in my body for the last 8 years. This is what Jesus said he would do, right? Your body is his temple. Okay, but they don't understand me, right? And it's like, this is how I know you're not Christian, because you sitting here, I keep telling you this, I keep telling you this, I keep telling you this, I keep telling you this. If you had actually converted, then you would already understand that I'm past the phase of what you're trying to do, which is you're trying to preach salvation to me. Like I need to convert. But I'm telling you, I'm already there. This is the point of where we talk about the walk in our faith. I can't talk about our walk in our faith with you because you don't actually have a walk in the faith. Because the Spirit would have already told you, like, I met somebody, this Caucasian guy, years ago. This was like a year or two after I was born again. He paid for my tire. It was like $80 or $90. I got kind of flat on the base. That's not why I'm like, oh, he was from God. The Spirit of God tells you the miracles that God brings into your life. I get into his back seat. I was with my ex at that time. I get into his back seat. He was like, yeah, I'll take you to get the tire or whatever. I had my little hoopty. I'll take you to get the tire or whatever. In the middle of the seat, because the Spirit of God dwells in you. And I was like, I don't know these people from a can of paint. I just had a couple sentences with him. And he was like, yeah, I'll take you to get the tire. I didn't have enough to afford the tire when I got there. And he was like, you know what? I'll just pay for it. And I'm thinking he's talking about paying the difference. He paid for the whole entire tire. Right? This Caucasian guy. But the ride there before I got there, it was telling me, the Spirit of God was telling me, he was like, his presence changed, like in my body, his presence changed. He was like nudging me, right? He was like go, like pushing me forward, right? He was like, tell him. And I'm like, what? Because it's called, a lot of people don't know about this, but it's called communion with the Spirit. You can actually ask the Spirit of God questions and he will actually answer you. He doesn't always answer you because it's not always the time to answer you, but you can ask him questions and he will answer you, right? And in this moment, I'm like, okay, you're saying, and like, you're saying, and it's not always verbal. Sometimes it is verbal. It's not always verbal, but most of the time it's not verbal, at least from my experience. His presence changed, and you just like know, right? It changes, and you just like know what he's saying. It's hard to explain, but he's like, tell him. And I'm like, tell him what? And he's like, tell him. And I'm like, tell him what? And he's like, tell him that you believe in Jesus. Right? He's like, tell him you believe in Jesus. And like, this is people I just met like 2 minutes ago, right? Don't know them from a can of paint. So the driver is the guy that paid for my tire, and I'm like, I was like, I don't know why I'm supposed to say this. I don't know why I phrased it like that. I do know why I say this. I was just kind of scared, I guess. I was a new believer. I was kind of scared. So instead of saying the Spirit of God told me to tell you this, and then also I tried to steer away from. I also try to steer away from the speech pattern of like superficial commercial Christians. Uh, that's why I tend to say Spirit of God instead of the Holy Spirit. Even though the Holy Spirit is correct, I just he said God said don't look like, walk like, talk like the pagans, uh, breathe like, speak like, right, dress like, but so I try to steer away from using the phrases that they use in the same way, shape, or form as much as I can. I'm only man, but because I don't want you to mix me up with being a commercial Christian. I'm not a commercial Christian. I've truly converted. Um, the so I tell him. He was like, "What?" He was like, "Yes, I was born again, also." And he like looked back, and I'm like, it was like the Caucasian guy. He was like, "I was born again, also." And after he paid for my tire and stuff, he was like broken. We was talking when I was about to leave. I should have got his number, but I'll see him in the kingdom. Because the Spirit was like, no, you don't have to get in contact with him. You'll see him again. You don't need the contacts. You'll see him. The Spirit of God was like, you don't need the contacts. You'll see him again. Right? And I was like, yeah, I know there's eternity in me. The Lord will raise me by the Spirit of God. Right? I will see him again. Same Spirit that he's raised by. Same Spirit he raised Christ by. The same Spirit that he will raise me and this man by. Right? We will see each other in the end. But he was telling me, he was like, I could tell he was like broken, because he was like, yeah, I've been born again, but I've been backsliding. Like I feel like I've gotten so far away, and I feel sorry. And like you could tell the genuine intent that he had. Like he had his head down. It's places that I found myself in also now. At that point, I was new. I didn't know how hard the walk actually was, and I found myself in prayer with my head down the same way, in that genuine intent, more than I would like to admit. The same thing he was feeling. He was like, I feel like I've gotten far away. And it's crazy because his friend was a Jewish person. And the Jewish person that was sitting in the passenger seat, he was a non-believer. I'm like, bro, he's like, I'm 14 generations Jew. And I'm like, he's like, and I don't believe that. He was like, I'm an atheist. And I'm like, bro. He's like, I'm an atheist. He's like, no, there's a specific, I forgot what it's called, but there's an actual part in our brain that is specifically made, a physical piece in our brain that's specifically made to believe in God, right? And it lights up with our worship. I forgot what it's called. I'll have to Google it. I'll go back through it. But I learned that when I first converted, when I first truly converted to the Lord. That's when I learned that. And I was going through all the things. He was like, look at this and look at this and look at that and look at this and look at this and look at this and look at this. And he puts passages in your head here and there when you're thinking about something, like you be thinking heavy about something, he'd be like John 1:4 or something, right? And it'd pop up. For me, I know he does different for different people, but for me it pops up in like bluish, light bluish letters, like white bluish letters. He'd put it in your head, and then like you go to the verse and then like it explains what you were thinking about, right? Or sometimes he'll even lead you to videos or to people, right? And like people making videos, or videos of people, or like him. I ended up telling him, the Caucasian guy, I ended up telling him, I can't remember his name, but I ended up telling him, he was like, yeah, he was like, I ended up telling him, I can't remember how, but I ended up telling him about biblical archaeology, which is what a lot of people don't know about. And I was like, bro, there is proof that the Bible They have proof that the Bible actually, the events in the Bible actually happened, right? Like Jesus is the most attested to historical figure in all of history. Like there's more evidence that Jesus walked this earth than it is that the person that you normally see every day. You see what I'm saying? So it's like in person. So it's like if I don't believe in him, then I shouldn't believe you exist and you standing right in front of me, right? And it's it's wild. This is over 2,700 prophecies proven to come true, 300 of which Jesus fulfilled. They proved the death, resurrection, the crucifixion. Over 500 people witnessed him over a span of 40 days after he rose from the dead. After that 3 day period, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they have like written statements from people of that time period saying like this man is alive. He is mentioned by multiple historians as existing, multiple historians that had no reason to actually write about him unless the events actually took place. Like you could remove the entire New Testament and we could compile all of what the historians and the ancient sources say that were outside of the Bible. We still could get the story of the New Testament from the testimonies of the people that witnessed him while he walked this earth and the historians. You see what I'm saying? We could still get the whole entire message of the New Testament, what the New Testament says about what he did, what he came to do, him dying on the cross, resurrecting, him dying for the sins of the world. We could literally compile the whole entire New Testament from secular, not believer. These are sources that were non-believing sources. They were anti. They were haters, pretty much. They did not like Christianity, right? But we could take all of their words and we could compile them and still get the New Testament. Like they still walking around saying he performed miracles, healed the blind, the sick, the dead, raised somebody from the dead. You know what I'm saying? Like he walked this earth. He was crucified under Pontius Pilate. You know what I'm saying? Like he was crucified by Pontius Pilate under the, like during the reign of Tiberius. Like bro? It's crazy. But let me get off. I gotta get off line, y'all. Hey, offline. It's late. I gotta go to work in the morning. Okay. Everybody like, double tap that screen, please like and subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully morning. It's already 1 a.m. here. If not, I'll definitely be back tomorrow. If I don't get on in the morning, because I got to go do my other job in the morning. I want to go live before then at like 6, but it's already 1, and I got to get some sleep. I ain't get enough sleep in the morning time, so before this job, so I might miss the morning live, but I'm still trying to hit y'all with 3 lives, okay? My Wars out.